Hello, everybody. Hi, and welcome along to another D&D Oxventure. Hello, everyone. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
greetings,
I am Corazon de Baena, the human pirate rogue leader of the Oxventurers Guild and slayer of the Dragon Man Egbert.
I agreed to none of the above. And I am Prudence, your summer warlock, friendly local practitioner of the dark arts.
Summer Warlock.
A summer warlock.
Oh, it's Super Summer
Warlock.
Warlock.
Swallock. There we go.
I am Merylwyn, the Wood Elf Druid.
And for today only, I am literally everyone else in the world because today I am DMing this Oxventure. If you've been following along on a series of videos on Dicebreaker, Johnny Chiodini, our regular DM, has been tutorializing me in the mystic arts, the dark practices of GMing, and he basically set me this as a kind of sink or swim homework. What can I say? He's a very cruel tutor.
Cool. Love to participate in other people's homework.
Swim.
So yeah, you are all helping me with my homework, so thank you very much. And thank you everyone for joining along. Who's ready to begin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
Homework.
Well, I see no reason to delay. Okay. Our adventure begins in the town of Ransom. It is about a day's ride from Suzette. You will remember that you left the unconscious Egbert with
Down
Suzette.
a well. Oh no, with Suzette. You're right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, so we've already done the handover. We've delivered Egbert unto Suzette.
The handover has been done a few
Okay.
days ago.
Dob's sister Suzette or just someone called Suzette who was closer?
You had to go to a different Suzette first, but then
Right.
she happened to know the real Suzette
great,
because they're all
great.
in a group. They have
Excellent.
meetups. So they sent you to the right Suzette.
Yes.
You left Egbert with Suzette. That was a few days ago. But if you'll remember, Suzette's little cabin in the woods thing is not very large, and she was getting kind of sick of everyone crowding in on her space. So she booted you all out unceremoniously. Dob elected to stay there because there was room for him, and he wanted to spend some quality time
Oh, I see.
with the family.
Fine.
We know when we're not
Pictures.
wanted.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We're your real family, Dob.
Yeah. No, it's
Dob
fine.
can't hear you because while Dob
Cast
chose...
message. Cast message and tell him.
I cast message.
Okay.
Oh, wait, what's the range on message? Hang on.
Yeah, tell me what the range on message
The
is.
range on message is 120 feet. Are we 120 feet away from Dob?
I'm afraid not. You're a little further, but I tell you what, roll me a
Dang it.
d20 anyway, and let's be
Alright,
be
okay.
lucky.
I try for a really long distance message.
Okay.
It's very expensive. It's 16.
16. Okay.
Your
You
D20s.
fire the message out.
Yeah.
It hits a guy called Bob, who's about 5 miles away.
No.
And he is thrilled to learn that you're his real family.
Aw.
Forever, he will be trying to find you.
Cousin Bob.
Sweet
Okay,
Bob.
we've got a new cousin. That's the best outcome for that role.
Okay, so you've been booted out by Suzette, which means that you find yourself about a couple of days' ride from Suzette's cabin in the nearest town, which is Ransom. It's a pretty well-to-do town. It's got things like 2-story buildings and...
Whoa.
Ooh,
Yeah, I get
you.
vertigo.
You're too good for us, town.
Yeah.
2 stories too good.
Two-story buildings.
Let's go up and spit on people.
There are paved streets, some indoor toilets. It's a pretty incredible place.
Da-dee-da.
Yeah. Quite a classy town.
Rich pickings.
What a time to be alive.
It's a nice place, and you're
Yeah.
sure that you could have a nice time there if only you hadn't finished your last escapade with exactly 0 gold, having spent it all on new weapons.
Did we agree on that? I'm not sure if we agreed that we spent all our money.
Wait, let me check. Yeah, it was all gone. Which is why we find you here sipping on tap water in a tavern called the Curator's Quill. It is empty apart from you. It is the middle of the day, and you're drinking your tap water.
Tappy.
This is outrageous. I can't believe we have no money.
I
At least
can.
this looks like a pretty well-to-do town. We could probably
Steal
make
them
some
blind.
money pretty
Rob them
easily,
blind,
or
I hear
steal
you.
it even more easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, can we... Surely there's a quest or something that we can do, like a job.
Yeah,
Not
robbery
just
is
like...
a quest. It's got
I'll
a
be the
clearly
quest
stated
giver.
objective.
Who
Okay,
wants a
Prudence.
quest?
Yeah, what's the quest, Prudence?
Go steal me some money.
Love it. All right, cool. So, wait,
I really feel like we've lost the conscience of this group somehow.
Yeah, we're really shedding
Without
members at a...
You
at
feel
an
like
alarming
somehow
rate.
the moral core is about 2 days' ride away somehow.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
moral core.
at least Dob left us some useful stuff. Like, I've got the hammer here. I raise the hammer up and I summon the skeletons.
All right, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to roll to see if Dob would have left you that. If it's odd, he did. If it's even, he didn't.
Let's see it.
It's even, I'm sorry. Okay, you don't have the hammer, I'm sorry. Oh man, I should have just okay, you know what? We're all on a learning journey. Okay, as you're sat debating and like talking amongst yourselves about who you should rob blind, the woman who's working behind the bar saunters up. She looks down at your glasses of tap water, and she asks very pointedly, "Will you be having any other drinks with us
I'll
today?"
have another of your delicious tap waters.
I don't know,
woman.
is anything else free?
Nothing else is free.
You got any tap French fries?
Yeah. So how about some bread for the table?
In fact, we do not. Bread for the table is only if one is ordering a meal. We'll sir be ordering a meal. We do have meals. Will you have a pie?
Uh-huh. What kind of pie?
We've got beef pie. We've got duck pie. We've got murloc pie. That's very good. That's caught fresh.
Good. Okay. There's a 3 options, so we can't just decide now. We'll have to mull them over this water.
You're not fooling her. She is a little displeased, and she turns to walk back to the bar, thinking that you are all horrendous cheapskates. And as she goes, she just catches sight, Corazon, of your sword, hanging as it is from your hip.
Which one?
Which one is hanging from your hip?
Both of them. One on each.
Okay, she catches sight of both of them. And she turns back to you, and suddenly her manner seems to have changed. You lot wouldn't happen to be adventurers, would you, of some kind?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Who's asking? If you're a
Hey.
cop, you have to say.
I'm not part of the city guard, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
But I sometimes people post jobs, if you like, adventurous sorts of jobs, and I might have one for you for a bunch of capable sorts.
Have you run out of murlocs for the pie? Do you need us to bring you 50 murloc hides?
If you happen to come across any murloc hides, I would certainly appreciate them.
Side quest. We hear you.
Yeah. All right.
Vital side quest. Excuse me, just 1 second. I've got this written down somewhere. And she bustles away behind the bar, and she starts kind of going through some papers. Aha! She yells, and she comes over, and she's found it. She sort of squints at the paper, and then she says, Sorry, I will have to get my spectacles. And she goes back behind the bar, and she comes back with her spectacles. Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah. It was a bloke from the museum. He came in here. He's looking for adventurous sorts. Yeah. Hang on. Shall I just skip down to the rewards bit?
Yeah. What's the reward?
It says rewards beyond gold and also gold.
Beyond gold and also
gold.
Yes, they're bullet pointed.
The two
gold.
kinds of reward. Yeah.
Best of both
Beyond
worlds.
gold.
Beyond
Yeah, okay,
gold.
Sounds good. We need gold for sure.
Well, I will
Yeah.
send you his. Oh, hang on. She checks down at the paper again. Well, that might be an issue. It says here that this is a job for minimum 4 adventurers.
All right. No worries then.
And just then, there is a knock at the door
Of a tavern?
of the tavern.
You
Yeah.
don't have to knock to go into a tavern. They're a place of business.
Whoever is outside must be very polite.
Oh, okay.
Who's there?
Hey, can I come in the tavern?
State your business.
I want to come in the tavern.
All right, very good. You clearly know the secret password. The door is opened.
Who's this now?
These work differently above ground. Hello.
Will I be getting you a drink? Tap water's off.
I'd never touch the stuff. I will have an ale, please.
Absolutely, sir. She bows very deeply to this new customer and then shoots you all a sideways glance as she gets off to get this person their ale.
Do you have any pie?
Yes. Will you have the murloc pie?
I will, yes.
Caught fresh. All right. She
Hey,
wanders off.
friend, any room on that tab for us to jump on?
Croissant.
Well, it depends. Sure, I would be happy to stand you a drink if you would be willing to sit with me and share in my company. Have you heard the good news, sir?
Oh no. Oh, where's
have
Egbert
you
when you
heard-
need him?
Have you heard the news?
What is
Madam,
the
have
good
you
What-
heard
what's the
news? Is it about pie?
dwarves? No, dwarves. They're great.
He is, by the way, a dwarf standing in front of you in kind of like robes like these, a long flowing beard, and he's got an absolutely enormous warhammer on his back, the head of which is shaped like an anvil and has a hammer sort of carved into the top. It's weirdly meta. It kind of hurts to look at it, but you try not to think about it too much. At this point, the barmaid pops her head out from behind the swinging doors behind the bar. Cook says he needs a name for the order.
Oh, Hengist.
Hengist. All right. She's gone again.
Hengist. What? Hengist. Old dwarven drinking song.
Good.
Cool.
Guys, he's got one of those new hammers that everyone's been talking about. The ones with a
Hammer
hammer
of
on
hammers.
it.
Really
The hammering
cool.
hammer.
Pretty good.
Top of the line.
All right.
I hear.
Okay.
We should rob him.
What?
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 Who said
Oh,
Croissant.
that? Hey.
I see you're looking at the hammer.
Yes. Yeah. Is that the new 2000 X model?
Oh no, this is a couple of centuries older than that.
Oh, okay, fair.
Still,
Antique.
it means a lot of people try and mug me as I go about my business, but it's all worth it in service to lovely Moradin.
Yeah.
Dwarves. They're just great.
Love that Moradin. So what brings you to Ransom? Is the name of the town that we're in?
Well, like I say, I'm preaching the good word. See, Moradin, he was the first dwarf, and oh, he was a great dwarf. And in service to him, I basically go around trying to be the best dwarf I can be and prove that dwarves are good. So, really, I mean, I've offered to stand you a drink, but I did have a bit of an agenda. I hope
Tell
you'll
us how
forgive me.
Dwarves are good. All right. Well, list the 10 best things about dwarves.
We are
order.
industrious.
1,
We do not have to duck for many things.
2.
We enjoy a nice ale.
Okay. I'm not sure if that's exclusive to dwarfs, but
At this point,
I
the
mean-
barmaid comes bustling out again. She has a pie and she puts it down in front of Hengist and says, "Mr. Hengi? What was it?
That'll do. Yeah, Hengist. But
Mr.
yeah,
Hengi, your
Hengist,
pie
woman. Hengist.
and Hengist, and I do hope you enjoy." He
wait a minute,
puts
Hengi, you don't have a bus, do you?
what's a bus?
Okay, good. I was just checking. I have to check a lot these days.
Screening process.
Yeah, screening process.
the pie is put down in front of you, Hengist, and she looks at these. She shoots everyone else another unfavourable glance. You know, you don't have to. I can move your tables if you would rather eat privately,
no.
sir.
No, these are friends of mine. I
Yeah.
would like to
That's
stand a drink for these fine people,
Yeah.
They would.
who, of course, are called
Meryl Wen.
Meryl Wen. Yep.
Hi.
Prudence. Prudence
Prud-
is me. Hi, Prudence.
Pru-
Pleased to meet you.
Prudence.
Yeah, and Jet Blastoff.
Jet Blastoff. Oh, that's a good name. Are you sure you're not part dwarf?
Yeah. It's why, I mean, the height is a giveaway.
I'll leave you to it, says the barmaid. And as she leaves, she says, "If I were you, sir," she's talking to you now, Hengist. You look like a capable sort. If I were you, I wouldn't throw in with this lot. Between you and me, they ain't paid for any drinks.
Judgy.
Well,
Look.
no.
Hengist.
Sorry.
Hengist.
Yeah.
How do you want to make? How would you like to make some money? We got the offer of some work, but they need 4 adventurers to do it, and we, as you can see,
We are but
number only
3.
3.
I see. Well, I do consider myself to be something of an adventurer.
Oh, okay. You're pretty handy with that hammer, I assume.
Oh, the hammer.
Yeah, the hammer.
Yeah, I mean, when I swing this thing, it's like I've hit it twice.
Nice.
Yeah.
How are you at stealthy infiltration and social stealth?
Middling.
Middling.
If I had to put a word but not a number on it, middling. But
Okay.
I'm very keen to help, and if this adventure requires 4 adventurers, it seems like it would be really inconvenient for me to pass.
Yes.
The
So I
barmaid at this
shout.
point is, she looks like she's losing interest in this conversation, so she says, look, I'll just read you the information. If you want to go with it, go with it. Go to the museum if you're interested. Ask for a Professor Shoelacy.
Professor Shoelacy. Cool. All right. Hengist,
That's it.
just,
And now, if you won't be having anything else...
We're ordering the round of drinks.
Drinks. Chop,
You
chop.
please. So ale, thank you.
All right, she
Woman.
goes behind the bar because you have indeed been stood around drinks, and she brings you back 4 foaming pints of nut brown ale.
How foaming? What is the
Good
nature
question.
of the foam?
You want to know what percentage of it is foam?
Yes.
It is about 70% foam.
Oh,
Amazing.
my
She's
God.
she's not pulled a great pint.
I get so much of it in my beard.
Hengist Beards is all foamy.
Just loads of it. And I wrapped half of the pie up in some form of dwarven handkerchief, so basically a blanket of chainmail, and that's gone in my adventurer's pack alongside my 50 foot of hempen rope.
Okay,
Great.
I will just make a note of it.
Hengist, in abstract terms, just generally, how, if you had to assign a number to what you would call, I don't know, let's just say your armor class. Like, what would you say?
Well,
High? Do you feel sturdy? Do you feel armored?
I'm a
Look at him, he's
dwarf,
a
man.
dwarf. Yeah.
All right,
Sturdy
good.
for days.
All right, this guy sounds good. This guy sounds reliable. We're ready to start the new Oxventure team, featuring Hengist.
The new class.
It's the reboot.
Yeah.
The college years.
Yeah, the college
Yeah.
years. Let's go to the museum.
All right. Okay, where's the museum, bar lady? We'll leave now.
Yeah.
She is pretty exasperated at this point. You don't... Out of towners, I swear. She gets out a piece of scrap paper from behind her desk and very grumpily scribbled down. Here, there's a map. Down the street, you can't miss it. It's the biggest building in town.
Fine.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Now, I think
Thanks.
maybe some paying customers may be on their way in, so if you wouldn't mind vacating me the table.
All right, I leave and I hammer a really salty review to the outside of the tavern. Like a 1-star review. Like,
I cast grease on the entranceway to the tavern so that she has a ton of slip and fall lawsuits to settle.
Okay, both of those things happen.
I tell her that I hope that she remembers me as a nice dwarf made in Moradin's own image, but
If I may say so, madam, your manner is absolutely abominable, and your pint-pouring skills are lackluster.
Master Hengist,
yeah.
I am so sorry
said
to have offended you. I only hope that if you come back, you will allow us to make amends. Perhaps
Help away!
she gets out another scrap of paper and hands you tears it off, hands it to you, and you look at it, and it says, grants 1 pie. A voucher. It's the new thing.
It's a kind of spell.
So yeah. She casts stamp on the voucher, and
Cast
a little.
voucher at the bartender and a pie materializes.
okay, I'll tuck that away and say, they'll sort of come at me like,
Sorry, I was talking to the woman. She gave me something called a voucher.
Oh, lovely. That sounds exotic and cool.
la-dee-da.
So
Why
are
don't we
we?
head to this museum then?
Yeah.
Let's see what this Professor Shoelaces or whatever has got to.
Shoelacy, Professor Shoelacy.
Sorry.
I
Professor
storm off down the
Shoelacy.
street towards the museum-looking building because Prudence loves a gift shop.
Okay, it
Oh
is.
yeah. All right. Cool.
Go
It
get
is
me a
indeed
pencil.
easy to find. The directions were pretty clear. You walk down the street, enjoying the sights and the sounds, and indeed the smells, or rather absence of smells, because this is the nicest smelling, or rather least bad smelling town that you've come
Yeah,
to in a
weird.
little while. As you walk down the street, on your left, you see a towering building in the Gothic style. It's covered with gargoyles all around the edges. It's a large rectangular building. It's really, really ornate and really beautiful, really fine stonework. And above it, there is a large banner that hangs down from the front that says the Ransom Museum of Unnatural History.
That's cool.
All right.
All right. Well, this place is going to have an amazing gift shop.
Hot. Yeah.
Let's go there first.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going through the gift shop, through the
Yeah.
exit. We're going through the exit to the
Yeah,
gift
straight
shop.
to the gift shop.
On our way into the museum.
The Museum of Unnatural History didn't get to be so big and grand by not letting people go in through the gift shop. So, yes, you see a sign that says gift shop this way, and you are now in the gift shop. There are a lot of like little bits of stationery, sort of quills,
Yeah.
and like bits of parchment. There are some plushies of beholders, and like ancient sort of lizard beasts with 2 heads.
Oh my god.
This place is great.
Are there any dwarven relic replicas?
Actually, yes, there is a glass case close to the till that looks like it houses. It's got some like things made of. It's got some like high-end jewelry, and you think, who goes to the gift shop of a museum to shop for jewelry? But nevertheless, there it is, and there are some dwarven relics in there.
I'd like to ask to be shown the cabinet, and then I want to test the strength of them by trying to pull them apart with my sturdy dwarven hands, knowing that obviously if they're truly dwarven, they will withstand it.
Okay, you go up to the. There is a tall, thin man stood behind the till. So what you're asking? What are you asking?
I'd like to see some of your genuine dwarven jewelry, please.
Absolutely, sir. He has a small key on a thing around his neck. He walks over to the glass case. Any particular item one would like to? Would like to examine?
I'd like to pick up the sort of biggest, most like hench dwarven looking like torque-like thing I can and go,
This is very fine.
Okay.
And then I'd like to try and pull it apart with my sturdy dwarven hands.
Okay, make me a strength athletics check, please.
Okay, strength.
While this is happening and distracting everyone, I would like to fill my pockets with as many pencil erasers and gummy sweets and shiny pebbles and mechanical pencils.
Okay, the gift shop is quite busy. I'm not going to say this is distracting everyone, but that is absolutely something you can do. Make me a dexterity sleight of hand check, please, Corazon. Hengist, how did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
Oh! Okay. Corazon, how did you roll?
At the other end of the critical spectrum, I rolled a 20.
Okay. Here's what happens. Crit. Here's what happens. Hengist, you turn around to the others and give them a nod as if to say, watch this. And then you pull as hard as you can on the monument. Your fingers slip off it, and it slips out of the air onto your toe, crushing 2 of your toes. You take 5 points of you take 5 points of gift damage, and and yelp in pain. The item, however, is unharmed. It seems it really was legit. Meanwhile, Gus, who is the gift shop man, oh my goodness, is Sir okay? And immediately everyone in the gift shop is crowding around to help you, Hengist. Which Corazon means that you can basically pull out a tote bag. In fact, you steal a tote bag and fill it with plushies and gifts and goodies.
Sweet.
You are fully loaded. Okay, so Gus is helping you to your feet now, Hengist. And would you and your friends? I'm so sorry again that this happened. Would you and your friends like to come into the museum? We can get you sat down. There's a staff room if you would like.
That would be delightful. Yes, I'm very impressed with your dwarven antiquities. They really are the true deal. If you would like me to give you some form of piece of paper with a stamp on it that attests to their authenticity, I would be glad to do that.
He is very, very polite when he says, "Sir, of course that will not be necessary." You can tell that he does not think much of your dwarven credentials, really.
Perhaps later then. All right, great.
And he shows you through the gift shop into the foyer, into the sort of main, a large sort of central room of the museum. There's a huge skeleton in the center of a long-necked, long-tailed lizard that has 2 huge heads that kind of intertwine with each other, and a little plaque underneath that says "Double Dippy." And you are led past that through to an unmarked door, which is then opened, and you're taken in there. If you require any first aid, I can absolutely help you with that. Or otherwise, was there anything that you were hoping to see, but in particular in the museum?
What's the thing that everyone comes to see here? What's your best thing?
Oh, goodness. Well, I think perhaps our best thing is we've just opened a new exhibition on cursed antiquities and magical items. It's really quite something. In fact,
Didn't go well last time we went to a museum exhibition about cursed antiquities.
Oh.
Please, no, continue.
you can tell that you've made Gus a little bit nervous by saying that last you went to a museum and it didn't go very well.
And Hengist.
And Hengist is also nervous. Noted. If you would like, seeing as Sir perhaps is not up to walking far yet so much, perhaps I can arrange a private meeting with the exhibition's director, a Professor Shoelacy. No one knows more than him.
Yes, that sounds very interesting and possibly lucrative. I mean, I would like that.
Lucrative. Interesting.
I mean, like, in terms of knowledge.
Ah,
like wisdom.
knowledge.
Wisdom.
Knowledge.
Very,
Lucrative,
very
yeah.
profitable in a spiritual
Yes,
sense.
exactly.
And
Yes.
does not knowledge enrich us so much?
Oh, I've always said it.
Precisely.
Oh.
Yes.
All right,
I
you
move
are.
too quickly and all the brass beholders in my pocket start clanking. Sorry.
You move now into the body of the museum and into like this hall that was mentioned, and you are led through the exhibit. It's or rather taken on a sort of shortcut through it to Shoelacy's office.
Is
As
this
you
the
walk,
Cursed Antiquities exhibit?
this is the
New one.
Cursed Antiquities exhibit.
Fabulous.
You see all sorts of unusual items, strange creatures that you've never seen before, some of which you're pretty sure are extinct now. Possibly what you're seeing was the last one before it was killed and stuffed. Yeah, there's a lot of cool...
If I kill them now, then I've definitely seen the last one. But it's by the by.
Oh, they're dead. Nothing in here
Oh,
is...
they're oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. I was thinking alive.
Everything in
last
here
of
is
their
dead.
species in-
There are like vast tapestries depicting like ancient beasts. There is a like large glass cabinets that are full of like grails and swords and daggers, some of which sort of faintly glow. There are rows of suits of armor. There are sarcophagi. It is a treasure trove. It is a really good museum.
Can I use detect magic to find out what is the most magical thing in here, just for reference?
You
Just to
absolutely,
calibrate?
you absolutely can.
Okay.
Do you need to do anything for detect magic?
I mean, it just happens.
it just sort of
It
happens.
just
Okay.
happens.
Okay. As you're walking, you cast detect magic, and you note that along one side there are a set of braces, gold braces, that are just they are what's giving off the most
The
juice.
most magic.
High juice is coming
Juicy
off.
magical
Coming off of
items.
those bracy bad boys.
What's this, my
Okay.
good man, Mr. Gus?
Oh, these.
Can I point at the braces?
These are the braces of Thogroth. They were taken off of his corpse, or so the legend goes. I don't really believe it myself. They were said to be the source of his incredible strength.
What kind of magic was he into? What's his whole deal? I don't. Tell me of this Thogroth
Bad things.
and his rich backstory.
Thogroth was. You can tell that Gus is kind of like eyeing the little sort of information plate, but trying to make it look as if he is like has all this off of the dome.
It's okay.
If I had to speak just from what I know offhand, I would say that Thogroth, about 700 years ago, was a mighty warrior, the first of the Thogrothian clan. I probably don't need to tell you that he and his kingdom
Sure.
raided far into neighbouring lands, and it was not until he was slain by the hand of his best friend that the rule ended. Of course, because he was such a proud leader, he refused to have any children, sire any sons, or even have any counsellors, and so his dynasty died
Idiot.
with him.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
You know who'd love these gold braces that make you strong? I was
Who?
just thinking about Egbert. Egbert would love these. Just.
Egbert's already pretty strong.
Gus looks
Also,
a little.
if they're like dark magic, he's probably not into that.
How much do you charge for these, my good man?
Yeah. Can we have these?
What a hilarious question. No items here are for sale.
Bring it up.
Not sure if
Yeah.
you're joking.
Not for sale, but we can pick our favourite item and take it home.
Hold on. What is an Egbert?
Oh,
Yes, I
sorry.
was wondering that
question.
as well.
Some guy who died.
Is it an egg?
Doesn't matter. Look, where's
Is
this
there a person
Professor
inside?
Shoelace? No, there's not a person inside.
If
an
he's dead,
egg.
why are you buying it gifts?
Merowyn, you know, how would you
They're offerings.
describe our Egbert? Our
Good.
good
it-
friend.
Have you ever seen a dragonborn?
Yes, I'm a dwarf, not a
There you go.
moron.
It's one of those.
Sorry.
He's a dragonborn friend of ours who is having a little bit of a spa weekend away with our friend Dob.
He's off fighting.
No, he's
Hengist inspiration.
The opposite of that.
It's not a spa ring, a spa. So
Oh, he's
it's
drinking
like
cider behind a bad shop.
no,
Bam!
Egbert died and is dead. Let's go.
no, he's
Oh, okay.
No.
Gus,
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
he's in some
says
nice
Gus.
baths, in the mountains.
Should we
Oh.
keep Egbert secret? Liliana could have agents
I'm
around
just
the
making
place
a mental
trying to
note
find
that we
him.
should bring him back a nice stolen souvenir at some point.
That's why I'm saying he's in the mountains, not where he
Say-
actually is.
Well, don't say he's alive. Say he's dead.
Gus looks around.
Egbert exploded.
Gus is quite
sad.
confused by this point. He's sweating, and you can tell he's seriously regretting granting you this tour, and he's
Look,
quite
just
keen
take
to
us
end
to
it.
Mr. Shoelaces. And we'll
Yes,
get this.
of course. Only too happy to, sir.
God.
And he leads you through a secret, not a secret door, but an unmarked door into an office. Or at least you think it's an office. It is so incredibly messy. There are sheets of parchment all over the place. There are like lab kits kind of bubbling away, all sorts of like chemicals of different colours. And sort of hunched over the table is a tall, thin gentleman. His clothes are very fine, but quite untidy. He's all a who. He spins round when he hears you enter. Hello.
Hello, are you Professor Shoelacey?
Yes. He sort of sizes you up. You must be adventurers.
Yeah,
good.
four of us.
Yeah.
You've
Count
spotted
us.
there's 4 of us, and you're looking for 4 adventurers.
Marvelous. You must be responding to the advert. Well, I presume you've been told already where Symes' shop is. If you would just meet me back here when it's done, and we can talk rewards.
We've been told gold and
Yes.
beyond gold for
Yes.
the rewards. But
Yeah.
that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, what's the Symes?
We didn't get
Yeah.
the brief.
Yeah.
How many do you want buying?
I see. Can I ask who told you about this quest?
It's that awful landlady at the inn.
Yeah, dreadful service.
Ah,
Yeah.
Good
um,
pie.
right. Well, she won't be getting any commission off of this job or
Ah.
any jobs from me in the future.
Good.
Yes, come on.
She should really have given you the details, but no worries. I can fill you in myself. Recently, I was attempting to purchase on behalf of the museum a rather interesting pocket watch. It was a magical item that was discovered in a far distant land and recently brought here to the city of Ransom, where it was put up for auction. Naturally, I took some of the museum's funds. We have a rather large account for acquiring such treasures, and purchased it for the museum. However, when the auction ended, no one in the building seemed to know where the pocket watch had gone. Or so they told me. I've been in this business a long while, and I'm rather confident I know who took it.
Who's that then?
Erasmus Symes. He is a blackguard of the highest order, an antiques dealer, but really a scoundrel. He has no interest in academia, in learning. He operates merely for profit and bends the law flagrantly, and is rather horrible, and his personal hygiene leaves much to be desired.
Oh, dear.
But that's by the by. I'm quite certain that by some means he took it and has it even now in his antique shop. I'm sorry that this wasn't explained to you before, but I need someone to bring it back to me here at the museum.
So you want us to
Right.
go shake him down? Go menace this sign?
Well, I mean, what's that? And he sort of like makes a noise. I believe
Violently, is it?
I leave your methods up to you. I
By
hope you
any
are.
means necessary.
You are after all
Weapons
the.
free, you say?
La 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 la. You are,
Shoelace,
after
if
all...
you need a pocket watch, I mean, I can sell you a pocket watch. Like, this one, beautiful piece, 10 gold. I'm going to give this to you. That is cutting my own throat. It's got hands. It's got property of the museum gift shop written on it, so that's already where you are. It's perfect. So what do you say? Have we got a deal? Huh?
May I be permitted to have a look at it?
Yeah, here you go.
Oh.
Right, he takes it over to a desk and he places it like on a.
Oh, boo.
He puts it in a little kind of like little metal holder, kind of over a test tube, and then he moves a little lever and it is slowly lowered into a purple fluid. This will test its magical veracity. As the watch is lowered in, it melts completely. Ah, not magical.
You owe me 10 gold.
Oh, certainly, sir. Shall we add it to the final account when you bring the pocket watch back?
Yeah, you
How
better.
about you give it to me now? You just melted the pocket watch.
That's very fair. He gives you 10 gold.
Thanks.
Nice.
All right, good.
All right,
Well,
we've got
I got
10
what I
gold.
came here for.
We've got 10. Great.
Sweet.
We're getting there. Wait, what's
Get a
so
Merlot
special
pie.
about this magical auction pocket watch?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, then why do you want it so
why
badly?
did you buy it then? If...
All items
what it
up
does.
at the magical items auction are assessed for their magical potency, and this one was, well, frankly, off the dial. I don't know exactly what it does. That's why I was hoping to get it back to my lab.
Okay, if it's a
And
pocket
how
watch,
much
it's
did
going to
you
do
pay for
something.
it?
It's going to do something to do with time, isn't it? It's not going to like turn your hair green.
I don't
Preferably
know.
on the
I
dial as
I
well.
have a pocket watch here that does something not at all to do with
How
time.
much money, Shoelacy?
That
How
has-
much money? How much did you
Tell
pay
us about
for it, man?
Tell us about
Tell
the
us.
Beyond Gold.
Yeah. How much did you pay for it, and how much do we get?
Tell us about the Beyond Gold.
I don't know if you count rubies as beyond gold.
I count that. I count
Yeah?
it. Coruscant's
feels-
eyes turn into rubies.
It feels a little gauche, but I suppose this is needs
Go
needs
shut up,
must.
man.
Needs must when you when we well, we're haggling now, aren't we? How exciting! I've heard of this.
You're doing great, big man. Haggle a little
He's so
harder. Go on.
cute.
Shall we say 500 gold and the gold's weight in rubies?
Oh my.
Ooh, that's a lot of rubies.
Is it not
God's
enough?
heavy.
Sounds good.
God's
No,
heavy,
no, it's
friends.
not.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wait,
I'm
it's
so
not.
sorry.
No,
Let's make it
it's-
600
Oh, God.
and the weight in rubies. Is that good?
Yep, that should be satisfactory.
Yes.
Oh,
we are
thank
going to
goodness.
need some money up front for our expenses, of course.
Well, I just gave you 10 gold.
Yeah, but that was for the pocket watch. This is for expenses.
I'm
I'd love
afraid.
to help you out. I would love to help you out.
I'm afraid that's against
gonna
museum
need-
policy.
We're going to need grappling hooks. We're going to need disguise kits.
Knuckle
We're going to need
dusters.
pogo boots.
If you can
to get
bring
over the
me
wall.
receipts, I will be more than happy to reimburse reasonable expenses. But I'm afraid I can't give you any of these items now.
Bloody expensive.
I've got a bit of kitty. I'm happy to expense things as and when we need them.
All right, fine.
Fine.
Where is this? What was the guy's name again? Symes.
Symes.
Where's
Symes. Ooh.
his?
Oh, I hate him.
Yeah, you.
Sorry.
I got that. It came across.
Sorry.
It was-
He's
you conveyed your feelings well. It was good.
Yeah.
he's just across town. I'll draw you a map. You could easily miss his offices.
Okay. So
And
do
he
you want
draws
us
you a
to-
map. This map is very well drawn, actually. You can tell
Okay.
that Shoelacy has incredible penmanship. It shouldn't take you too long to get there.
Did you want us to confront him about this, or did you want us to try and take the watch without being
I want
seen or
that
known?
pocket watch.
So you don't mind how we go about it?
I want that pocket watch.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying, buddy.
Wink, wink.
Kill everyone. Not a problem.
If you can bring it back to me within, say, 12 hours, I would be happy to add another 200 gold.
All right, come on, guys, let's go. This is important. So much money, so much money in rubies. What's the matter, Hengist? You seem perturbed.
Oh, no, ha! I am just thinking how I, a dwarf, despite my prestigious body to weight to power ratio, might carry such a treasure. Carry on.
As we leave, I'd like to sidle up to Merylwen and sort of start a chat without the other two hearing.
Like, Merylwen.
Yeah.
Moradin. Big dwarf, great dwarf, in many ways the first dwarf, always used to say, any transaction is a journey, and that journey can take many paths.
Yes.
Your two friends here, at the outset of this journey to get this watch, they appear to have run hell for leather straight towards grievous bodily harm. Would you describe them as bloodthirsty in general?
Not general. Well, maybe Prudence, but generally, I think they just get a bit excited, and then eventually, when we get there, they kind of realise that it would be a slightly bad idea to just murder everyone.
Okay.
And we usually go slightly calmer route. Sometimes, like, there's a kerfuffle. You know, it's fine.
But by kerfuffle, do you in fact mean murder?
Not murder. Usually, maybe a fight may break out, and we will have to go to self-defense.
Self-defense murder, got it. I've got a suspicion it's the one with the horns I ought to watch out for. Is that correct?
Basically, if you're in her good books, you're fine. You're fine. She's like Prudence, salt of the earth. Mainly because she likes to salt the earth after she's destroyed it.
I was afraid you might say that, actually, yes.
Yeah, but she's honestly lovely once you get to know her. She's just a bit excited, you know. She's got you know, kind of tentacly guy looking out for her as well. So yeah, she's got some things that she needs to do now and again, but you kind of get used to it, you know.
That was a long old conversation. I'm going to say it brought you all the way up to Symes' shop, and
Oh, wait. I
I'd
want
say-
you to walk us out through the museum, through the torture exhibit, laughing maniacally.
Yeah.
okay.
In front of,
That's the backdrop
in
of the
front of
combo.
Mel and-
I'm going
and
to say,
torture. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that happened, and everyone was upset.
Hengist, don't worry about it, man. Come on, what are you? Are you a Hengist Khan or a Hengist Kant?
Inspiration Corazon.
Thank you.
You know I'm over 400 years old, and that's the first time I've heard that one.
Thought it might be.
Okay, this long old walk and talk has brought you to Erasmus Symes' shop. It is a sort of wonky, rickety antique shop in a slightly more down market part of town. You are looking out the outside of it now. It's a two-story building. The upper windows on the top floor, you notice, have a chain across them. And then down on the ground floor, there is a door. There is a little bell at the top of the door that you're pretty sure will ring when you enter. And you can see through the extremely dirty glass that there are a few other people browsing around. It's by this point, it's nearly the end of the day. The sun is sort of starting to set, but it looks like the shop is still open.
Okay, so should we scope the place out? Do we want to go in
Case
and
it.
pose as customers?
Yeah.
To buy some
Why
antiques?
don't some of us go in and case the joint? Because then we'll have some people unseen by Mr. Symes if he's at home.
Yeah,
How
sounds
about,
good to me.
How about I go in, because I can come back in again, but just not as me.
Nice. Yes. Go be a fancy shopper. You're in it to buy some fancy goods of
I
some
want to
kind.
see what elven stuff he's got. You know,
Yes.
I'm missing
mean-
home.
Would it make sense to go in and ask about pocket watches?
Oh yeah,
So,
no, it will. I'd just be like, that's. I won't open with that because that's a bit obvious, isn't it?
Yeah. Play it cool.
Corazon.
Play it cool.
I thought you were a cool thief. What's this?
It's Jet Blast Off.
Yeah, Hengist's name's actually Corazon. Don't. Is it? His name's actually like Percival. So. Well,
I stride into the shop.
Is anyone else striding into the shop?
No.
me.
Okay, so Prudence, you're going to hang around outside. Hengist, what
I'm
are you
gonna
doing?
hang around picking my nails.
I think I'm going to
Nice.
stand around, I'm going to be outside and just going to stare at Prudence for a bit, picking her nails, and go,
I'll see how they're getting on.
I'm going to go into the shop.
He's gonna like me eventually. He's gonna come around. I'm full of self-confidence.
Okay, so you walk into the shop. It is. It has a lowish ceiling. The sort of walls are all kind of disjointed. It's kind of wonky looking. On either side of you, there are like rows and rows and rows of jumbled up, piled up sort of antiques. Nothing that looks especially valuable. There is an elderly couple sort of browsing, just looking around, just sort of listlessly kind of like picking things up, putting them down again. And at the far end there is a desk behind which sits a sort of hunched over. He's in a very old, cramped-looking chair. A rather miserable old fellow who is stroking a really ratty white cat.
Okay.
Really sort of scraggly thing. None of these things are what strike you most about the shop, however. What really takes you aback is that every few seconds you hear a very, very loud thud, donk, like that. So loud that it seems to be almost shaking the ceiling, and even like a little dust at some points is kind of coming round. At regular intervals you're hearing this donk, donk, donk.
Okay.
Hengist, you taste it. It is masonry. It is coming down from the ceiling.
In that case, I'm like,
Stone.
It's delicious. Yeah, and that is the situation inside.
Okay. I'd like to look around and see if there is like an obvious section for watches or things of that nature.
Okay, you make me a wisdom perception check, please.
That is a 19 plus 2 plus 3. So yeah, 24.
Fantastic. With your incredible roguish perception, you see that there are no pocket watches.
No pocket watches.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the store? Huh.
Doesn't
okay.
look like it.
All right, I would like to go up to the guy then and ask him.
Sure.
Hello. Are you in charge here?
What?
Are you in charge of the shop? Do you run the shop? Are you the shopkeeper?
Yes, this is my shop.
Cool. Nice to meet you. My name's Jet.
Jet, is it?
Yes,
he extends a hand. Mr. Symes, you may call me Erasmus, friend.
Erasmus Symes. Lovely to meet you. I am in the market for an antique pocket watch, and I just cast my eyes around your shop, and you don't seem to have any watches. My one was stolen by some cut purses, so I need a replacement. As you can
Interesting.
imagine. Yeah.
Interesting that you should be here looking for pocket watches.
Would you not have
Go
any?
up. I walk in and I'm like, excuse me.
Yes, madam.
I'm looking for elven jewellery. Do you have any available here?
Elven jewellery. Yes, I think so. I think we might have something that quite suits madam's needs. If
thank
indeed,
you.
as I suspect, she is of the most discerning sort. And he sort of like crab walks over to one of the shelves. He pulls out what looks like a brooch. Merylwyn, make me a wisdom perception check, please.
Oh my goodness, I think I know what this brooch is. Okay. I have thrown a 13.
That'll do it. You
No.
catch sight of him. He tries to
15.
hide the maneuver, but you see it easily. He takes out this brooch, spits on it, gives it a shine like that, and walks back. I believe that this is a genuine elven antique. It was forged in the waters of Eleanor, and as such always seems to shimmer with the waters of its homeland. Shall we say 50 gold?
Can I have a closer look at that?
No.
Oh,
While
it's
While
It's
he's not at
just
his
that
little
there's-
desk area,
yeah.
is there anything like any documents or anything that he's been like looking at, or anything, any keys or anything there that I think looks out of place or unusual or important, like the bit where he was sitting?
Okay, make me another. That's gonna be, make me another perception check.
I have produced the other half of the pie I bought earlier, and
Okay,
I'm just
Hengist.
liberally sprinkling ceiling dust on it, and just having a spot of lunch in the shop.
All right, Symes sees it, but he does not care. You get the impression that he's not particularly fussed about people eating in his establishment.
It was a 16.
Okay, you notice that there are some sort of like papers lying around. Most of it seems to be sort of just like small amounts kind of written out. Although you do notice that there does appear to be a line for a more significant sum. It is for something that says AA times 2. So it's clearly for 2 items, and he paid a little bit more for those. And that is all you're able to glean.
Can I do some form of sort of perception-y or sort of just having a look roll at the ceiling to see how likely I think it is to cave in? Because while I'm having a great time with all of this lovely masonry dust, that is something I tend to think about quite a lot, being a dwarf.
Yeah, of course. Let's make this a history check because it's part of your dwarven masonry heritage.
Works for me.
This might be our first ever history check.
Yeah.
And it's a 17.
Hey! You cast a critical eye up at the ceiling, which again, with every sort of bonk, does appear to sort of be like bowing down ever so slightly. And you conclude that it is likely to cave in at some point in the next few days, you suspect. This is not a safe building.
Cripes.
Erasmus
excuse me,
catches
sir.
you... sorry, Hengus, go on.
I was going to try and get his attention, so...
Oh, okay. Well, he's noticed you looking up at the ceiling. Excuse me, sir. Don't worry yourself. Don't trouble yourself with that. It's a new security system. We recently took possession of a high value items. But upstairs. Don't even. But please, sir, pay it no mind.
No. I think I will pay it some mind. You see, I'm a masonry expert here. Have you heard the good news?
You're not from the council, are you?
No, I'm a servant of Moradin.
Marvelous. Moradin, love the bloke.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, cracking dwarf. Anyway, that's gonna cave in a couple of days.
He looks up at it. Couple of days. All right. Thank you for the information.
This is very unusual.
Pardon me, sir. I understand that it's different for all of you people who walk around with the sky absolutely terrifyingly looming all over you every hour of the day.
Well, I don't get out too much.
Right.
Only to the auction house occasionally.
I see. It's just no. I mean, I kind of assumed that this place was your livelihood, and frankly, you don't seem that concerned about it literally coming crashing down about your ears.
He narrows his eyes slightly and says, my concerns are my own. And now, friends, while I have loved having you in my establishment, it does appear to be near closing time, so I will have to ask you to leave at this juncture. Please and thank you.
Okay.
I point to the brooch that he's been holding and I'm like, by the way, pretty sure that's cursed.
Okay. He looks at it and goes, I'll take my chances, miss. Thank you. And begins ushering you towards the door.
I leave, but I'm dabbing more ceiling dust up as I go.
Rubbing it in your gums.
I leave, but I'm dabbing.
Okay. He sort of ushers you out, and once you are all out in the street, he slams the door shut. A little blind over the window goes like that, and you hear a lock turning.
Right. Well, this guy's definitely got the watch.
Oh yeah.
Prudence.
How'd it go? What's he like?
He
He's-
is a
he's-
weirdo.
Horrible.
And the smell?
Horrible weirdo. The smell
Bad?
was bad.
Oh.
I assume.
Okay.
I didn't
What's going
roll
on in
the
there
smell
then?
check.
What's your
I think there's something upstairs, something
Yeah.
big
Oh,
and
yes.
dangerous
He
and
said
heavy.
it was a new security system. I don't know what he's got up there. Sounds like a cave troll.
All right,
Yeah.
I cast clairvoyance. I send a sensor into the upper story of this building.
Okay.
Would you like to know about clairvoyance?
Yeah, tell me about clairvoyance, Prudence.
All right, clairvoyance. She is great. Where is she? Here we go. Okay.
Oh, Claire,
Using my glass eye, stolen from Bismuth,
Yeah.
I create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to me a place I have visited or seen before, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar, such as behind a door, etc.
Okay.
Okay, so and it's got a range of 1 mile, which is great value as
Wow.
far as mystical.
You could have found
spying
Bob.
Goes. I could have found cousin Bob. All right, later we find cousin
Yeah.
Bob. With
Bob will
clairvoyance.
find you. All right, are you
yeah.
using it for seeing or hearing, and where exactly are you placing it?
Seeing, and I'm placing it behind an upper window that I can see. Let's say. Take a guess. Take a stab in the dark.
Okay.
My favourite stabs.
You. How does it look to you when you see this?
Okay, it's like a vision in my mind. It's like kind of got a shimmery outline. It's like a looking glass, but
Lovely.
in my mind, in my brain mind.
Okay, in the looking glass of your brain mind, you see a long attic room. It is full of sealed cases, and you can see, bookcases, more lock boxes. At the end, there is a very large, and you notice it because it looks a little bit newer than everything else, safe. Although you only catch a glimpse of it for a moment, because before long, something obscures your vision, moving across like this.
Ow! This thing's broken.
You can't get any
Glass
sound. You can't get any sound through this, but even from the streets, you can hear that as this thing thuds across, you can hear a kind of dum, dum, dum,
Okay,
dum.
Prudence, what do your tiefling
There-
eyes see?
there's something big. My bismuth eye sees. There's something big up there. I can't tell what it is, but there's a lot of storage. There's something new. There's a safe. There's some cases, but there's definitely a newer
A
item.
new safe.
And there's something big stomping. I mean, you can hear it. You can hear there's something big
Yeah.
stomping around up there.
So it's something large and alive is guarding that safe.
Something large and moving, shall we
As
say.
you have this
Alive,
conversation,
yeah.
the sun dips below the horizon, and abruptly the clanking noise you can hear ceases.
Oh.
I turn into a werewolf. I don't.
Sorry. Oh, wow. Now I was ready for the twist.
Whoa!
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 Sorry.
Whoa! Multi-classing werewolf dwarf.
I tried to turn into a werewolf. What do I have to roll?
You know what? Roll me a. Let's make that a nature check.
Okay.
No. Animal handling.
Animal handling. Okay.
Yeah.
Why, Corazon? I mean,
It's a 16.
Jetty
It's a
B.
16.
Very
Okay.
well today.
You fall to your knees. Go. "Ah! This terrible curse.
Do I get any hairier?
As you tense your muscles, a few extra chest hairs pop out. It's
All
pretty
right.
manly, but not
Cool.
a lycanthropic transformation, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Does
Is
he do
anyone
this
I'm
often?
impressed? Yeah,
I'm all out of ideas.
is anyone impressed? Bystanders? No.
Let's see if anyone's impressed. No one's impressed.
Yeah, this is exactly the kind of BS he does on the regs, but
Wow.
you live with it.
And I thought you were the one I had to watch out for.
Hey, you gotta watch out for all of us.
Yeah, sure do.
Oh.
So what do you guys think? Do you want to try and get up in that attic? It sounds like the security system's been turned off at night, which doesn't make any sense, but
Right, what kind of backward security system is this?
Is it some kind of like sunlight powered?
It's a day
golem?
vampire. It's a day vampire.
Yes, of course, the day vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who's
Like
got
a
any?
really big one.
Who's got any anti-garlic?
I don't know what it is, but it does sound like it's gone quiet. So now's as good a time as any, right? So it's dormant.
Yeah.
What should we do?
Well, Symes hasn't come out the door, so he's presumably still in the building. I assume he lives here. He's got an apartment or a suite of rooms here. You would think.
Yeah.
So he's going to be in there,
Maybe that's why he
Plus-
turns the thing off.
so it doesn't clobber him.
Well,
Yeah.
or he wants to sleep.
Or yeah, I mean it would be
That
hard
makes
with all
sense.
the stamping, but I don't know why you would need such a big security system during the day when people are around witnessing things, and not at night when you would imagine thefts would take place.
Maybe
A
it's in
reason doesn't
standby
seem to
mode.
come easily to him. Or standby mode.
Standby mode.
Standby
Yeah.
could be scanning. Indeed.
I mean, I told him something was cursed, and he was like, "Yeah, whatever." So I don't think he's the smartest of cookies. Let's just say that.
Yeah. All right. Should we try and get upstairs then and liberate this pocket watch.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's
so what do you reckon is
cautiously
the
go
best
about
way of
it.
getting up there?
Shall I do some pass without trace on all of us
Ooh, yeah.
that
to
would
give us
help,
a little
yeah.
bit of extra stealth, and then
You'll
like
love this,
if-
Hengist. It's
All
like
right.
it's like a makeover for stealth.
Yeah.
No one is the queen of stealth makeovers.
Yeah,
yeah.
it makes you like loads more stealthy.
Okay, so you're casting that, Merylwen?
Yes, I am.
All right, that just happens. Everyone within 30 feet of you, which is everybody,
Yeah.
who you've chosen,
Yep.
presumably you chose the whole party and no one else, has a plus 10
Everyone, yep.
bonus to dexterity, so bear that in mind when you are rolling for dexterity.
Okay. So if I just sort of cast my eyes around at the upstairs story, what are we talking about in terms of windows? Do they look locked, barred, or any of them ajar, any of them open, any kind of obvious point of ingress?
There is one window, it's reasonably large, it is shut, and there is a chain over it. The chain, now that you look at it, also looks slightly new. It's not the thickest or most intimidating that you, Corazon, as a professional thief and rogue, have ever seen.
Okay, so there's the one window. Does anyone have any other ideas to get in other than the window? Because that seems obvious. That seems like that will be where the security is at the strongest.
Dob would say the chimney. I'm just,
Is there a
thinking.
chimney?
Is there a chimney?
Great question. No, there's not a chimney.
No
There is
chimney.
no chimney. Huh.
All right, well, window probably it is.
The other option is through the ground floor, and then up
And
some
then-
stairs.
Or cave in the ceiling.
Yeah. How would we cave in the ceiling?
It's
Yes.
pretty much ready to go. I think we just hit it really hard
And
with
then everything
something.
would smash
Just
down onto
demolish
the
the
ground floor.
whole place.
Demolish the shop, dig through the rubble, find the thing we're looking for, stabilize any survivors. Stabilize any survivors.
Yeah, we'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
All right,
yeah.
We'll burn
discuss
those
whether or not we're
survivors when we
potentially stable. Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's
then-
it. I love the plan. The thing is, it's going to be quite loud and attract a lot of attention. Generally, the way I like to work is I like to get in and out without anyone knowing I was there, so they don't really discover that they've been robbed until the next day. 'Cause then
Oh.
you can be miles away.
It's not really how dwarves tend to do things, but Moradin will forgive me, probably.
Probably.
It'll be fine. What we'll do
Seems cool.
is the ceiling collapses the backup. We always have about 5 different backups, and I
Yeah.
think that's a really strong one. So
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like our only options are going in through the big window or going in through the ground floor and then up some stairs. I think it'd probably be easier to get in through the ground floor, but it will take us longer to get up.
yeah,
So,
that's all right.
Yep. All right. Any windows on the ground floor?
Yes, there is a large sort of like window that bulges out. That's the kind of shop window. It's full of antiques and stuff that are sort of on display. And there's the door that you just came out of.
All right. I don't think this is one of those windows that opens, so we should probably just try and get in through the door, like get that open. Hengist, what do you
Get the
think?
lock open.
Well, just 1 second, blast off. You're forgetting it's got a terrible booby trap.
Does it?
I point up to the little tinkly bell over the door.
Oh, okay.
In the day, it seems fairly innocuous, but at night, there's no telling what horrors that thing might unleash.
That's true. Can I take the little clapper out of the bell?
Make me a dexterity sleight of hand check, Corazon. And this is not
Add
going to be
10 to it.
difficult, so just don't whiff it.
Yep. So that's 10 plus 10, so that's a 20 with my plus 10.
Okay, all right.
Woo!
You're
I'd like to do a standing backflip as well.
make me a dexterity acrobatics check, please.
That's a 19 plus 4 plus 10.
Well,
So
the the dex checks are only for stealth decks.
oh, really? They're
with
not for
my
Oh
regular.
spell.
yes, sorry,
not
that
for
is true.
regular
Thank you,
dex.
Merylwen, for pointing
That's
for
all
remembering
right.
that. Nevertheless, here's what happens, Corazon. From standing, in total, the maneuver takes perhaps a quarter of a second. From standing, you leap into a perfect backflip. Your hands are out to the side, and you land exactly where you were. And everyone looks at you as if to go, Corazon, that was so impressive, but what was the point of that? And then they look down, and what's that just between your boots? Why, it's the clapper from the bell.
Yep, I hurricane ranted it off the bell.
Yeah, the bell is now unrung.
And you want a clapper.
Cool.
That's for you.
Okay, should we get this door open then?
Yeah, I used detect magic just to check there's no secondary and much lesser booby trap made of magic.
And
Sure.
I'll do the same for non-magical traps, etc.
Okay,
Check.
Scanning.
Corazon, I don't think Prudence you have to roll for this, but Corazon, just make me a insight, perception check. Prudence, while Corazon's
21.
rolled. Actually, how did you roll, Corazon?
21.
Okay, there are no traps that you can see, and you've got a pretty good look at it.
Okay.
I'm quite confident there are no non-magical traps. Prudence, you cast Detect Magic on the door, and indeed on the lower floor. There is nothing's kind of pinging the radar, so it doesn't look like there are any magical traps. You are, however, aware of. Imagine the heat map of your Detect Magic. There is a hot pink glowing spot coming from it was certainly on the top floor, and it looks about further back. If you had to guess, seeing as you have seen inside the place, you would guess it's probably within that safe that you spotted.
Ooh. Okay.
What do you see, Prudence?
There's something deeply magical upstairs in the safe area. It might, at a guess, be our pocket watch quarry.
Yeah.
The thing we're after.
While they are talking, I'd like to unsling my hammer, and I'm sort of just taking like practice, sort of like swings at the door.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll tell you what, Hengist. Make me a make me a sleight of hand check, please. File under checks you might regret asking for.
That is including my -1 and 8.
Okay, that's fine.
Wait, what's your -1 to?
Dex.
Oh.
You continue to practice swing. However, it is clear to all of you, apart from Hengist, that Hengist is getting ready to wreck the front of this shop in a hammer-centric way.
Hengist, my dude. It's cool.
Yeah.
I can get the door open. We don't have to smash it down. I can pick it with these thieves' tools.
All right.
The lock is made up of a series of tumblers that you can manipulate with a sort of piece of metal, and it's like having the key, but you don't need the key.
But having one of these is like having the key, but you don't.
Yes, but the
Maybe.
crucial
He's not
difference
wrong.
is that this is very quiet, whereas the thing that you're suggesting is very loud.
Sneaky. I
Yes.
remember now. I'm sorry. Yes.
Good, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page. I'd
Well,
like to use my
much
thieves'
like
tools.
the ceiling, the backup plan is we'll bash our way back out.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll keep that in the back pocket there, Hengist.
Yes,
Okay.
you're allowed to swing your hammer then.
Okay.
Okay, Corazon. I'm not even going to make you roll for this lock-picking situation. It is it is such an ordinary lock of the kind that you have picked so many times. You pick the lock easily enough, and the door swings open silently.
Great. Okay, everyone, should we move in silently, fan out, or stick together?
Fan out. That sounds cool. Let's
Fan
go
out,
in
right.
and
Fan out, but within the 30-foot radius of the
Yeah, yeah.
parts without trace.
Yeah, we'll this cup there. That'll cover the entire building. We should
Okay.
be all right.
Cool.
All right, you enter the. You are now back in the shop that you were in. It's dark, although not that much darker, because to be honest, Erasmus wasn't springing for any candles and certainly no sort of magical lighting in the room. Your eyes are drawn to a door that was closed last time you were in here, but has now been left open at the back on the back wall of the room. And there are some steps you can see that go up to, presumably, to the second floor.
I don't say anything, but I'm sticking very close to Merylwen because I only work in meters, so I'm not sure how long 30 foot is.
Aww.
Metric dwarves.
Merylwen just thinks that he really likes her, and she's really pleased that she's got a new friend.
Aww. Aww.
Okay.
That's lovely.
All right, guys. Should we go for the stairs? Do you want to
Yeah,
start heading
sneaky,
up?
sneaky, up the stairs.
All right. Very cautiously and stealthily, we'd like to move towards the stairs, keeping our wits about us, casting our eyes about for anyone or anything.
Okay, everybody make me a dexterity stealth check, please.
Okay.
And don't forget to add your 10.
thank goodness. That's a 13 from me.
Ooh, Hengist. Nice one, Merylwen.
20.
29.
21, but that, I mean, it was a low roll, but I've got so many bonuses going on right now.
Okay, you all, with practiced ease, sneak your way up this staircase. The staircase, it's very, very narrow, and the stairs are sort of all higgledy-piggledy. You get the impression as you look at them that these things would be Creek City if you weren't under the magical auspices of Merylwen.
Very nice.
But you are, so that's great. In fact, even as you go up the stairs, you notice that there's one missing. This staircase is not well maintained, and Hengist, you shake your head sadly. You move up, and because you all rolled so well, I will say that you push open a door that you find top of the stairs. In fact, you come to a small landing where there are 2 doors.
Some great Foley work there, Luke.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're doing that.
How am I?
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
It's incredible.
What's that? You hear that sound that you heard
Yeah.
is
explain
the
it, please.
snore of Erasmus's cat, and in fact, now that you listen closer, you hear another set of snores like that. Much less nice, much less like
That's
good Foley,
Erasmus, all right.
and they are quite clearly coming from the further door down the hallway. The door that you're at, you open silently onto the attic room, Prudence, that you've
Nice.
seen. You're now seeing it from the opposite side, of course. So now the window is on the further side from you. And the safe
Yes.
is now sort of on your right.
Okay, good.
As you survey... I won't make anyone roll for this, but as you survey the room, you notice... from this angle, you can see a few extra things. There are some... there's a poster on the wall. There's a few sorts of... next to the safe, there's a desk with some papers. And you see a suit of armour that you didn't notice before is also stood in the corner. And you note that in the centre of the room, which is thick with dust along the floor, there are large footprints in a sort of rectangular patrol pattern.
What kind of feet? What foots made these prints?
They are... What kind of feet indeed? They are roughly human-sized, but with pointed toes.
I see.
Kind of like... I'm going to try and trace this with my fingers, like this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Does anything in my past history, do I recognise them? from
Let's
any
find out.
creatures I've encountered?
Roll me a history check, please, Corazon. Let's make this okay.
Oh, that's only a 6.
You are pretty sure that you've seen these before and that they're not especially unusual footprints. Casting your mind back, you seem to remember something to do with where were you now that you try and think of it? Were you
Oh,
on the,
it was the...
you were on the back of something? Were you
yeah,
you were
no,
about
no,
to... I
no,
think
no,
you
it
were
was the
doing
front.
some...
I was
you
on
were-
the front of it.
You were doing some
I remember
jousting?
distinctly. And, yeah.
You were doing some jousting. There was some kind of tourney, something like
yeah.
that. These images are faint in your memory.
Yes,
I
the
may be
thing
way
I had
off
to
base.
ride
No,
in the,
go on.
in
Go
the
on.
tourney. Remember the tourney?
Yeah?
The thing I had to ride in it.
Well, Griffin.
What was it? Griffin? Yeah.
You think
don't
these
think-
look like Griffin feet?
That's what my 6 history roll is telling
Oh.
me.
That is what Corazon's 6 history roll is telling him.
Okay. I'm naturally suspicious of all standing suits of armor, so I go up to it and like eye to eye, eyeball the suit of armor, and I'm like, I'm watching you, friend. I don't know anything
lift
about
up the
it.
visor, see if there's anything in there.
Can I lift up the visor on this suit of armor?
Before that happens, Prudence, tell me how you approach it.
It's quite.
done it
Is
now.
it tall? How big is it?
It's
Like,
about person-sized.
Oh, it's just okay. It's just an ordinary human-sized suit of armor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just like exercising natural caution around a suit of armor, the same as I would a mannequin or any other spooky human-sized and shaped object.
Sure.
So I just go to walk over to it with the idea that I'm going to eyeball it, and I'm watching you, friend.
Okay, make me a dexterity stealth check.
Dexterity stealth. Okay. All right.
Don't forget
Plus
to
10.
add the 10 again.
Add the 10. Yep. All right. That's a 7 plus a 10. So plus a 1. So yeah.
All right, you creep over.
18. Yeah.
You creep up. In fact, you sidle
Yep.
up alongside the suit of armor.
Okay.
You are now very, very close to it.
All right.
By
the lapels.
Now what? By the lapels.
But
You're gonna menace it.
I want to menace it just so it doesn't get any ideas about being, a spooky
Okay.
Being alive.
suit of armor. I try to flip its visor up because, it's a suit of armor, people.
Okay.
Look at me when I'm menacing you.
It's never just a suit of armor.
You flip up the visor.
Yeah.
Prudence, make me a
Knew it. Goddamn suit of
dexterity
armor.
saving throw.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. But wait, do we get plus 10, right? Because of no.
No.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
stealth check.
Oh well, just as well because it's a 19 plus 19. Yeah,
Ooh.
there we go.
Okay. Almost faster than you can. Wait. Yeah. Almost faster than you can react.
Yeah.
But not quite.
Yeah.
You push up the visor on this suit of
Yeah.
armor. Abruptly, 2 purple eyes within roar to life.
Ooh.
The
Hello.
the suit of armor has a shield on one arm, and with one enormous motion, with a great clanking sound, it shoves you backwards with the shield and swings the sword down at you. It misses you by a hair and thuds
I roll out of the way.
clang into the floor, and I want everyone to roll me initiative, please.
Yay!
All right.
Never just a suit of armor.
That is a princely 2 for old Hengist.
Everyone's going to think I'm cheating today. I'm rolling so well. That's another 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Crit,
got
crit. I got a
2
16.
plus 4 is 6.
Okay. What did you get? Sorry, Prudence.
I got 16.
Nice. Okay, and very important. How did our friend the suit of armor do? Pretty freaking good.
Oh man.
Okay, cool. All right.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Woof. Look out.
Bless you, Hengist.
Corazon, you see this suit of armor roar to life with vengeful fury. There is now a sort of purplish aura glowing off of it. It's got a sword and a shield, and it is fixed, staring at Prudence. I'm going to say it doesn't know that the rest of you are there.
Ooh.
But
Oh yeah, stealth, right.
what are you going to do?
Okay, so just describe the area around the
Okay,
suit of armor.
it's
the
a pretty
environment that we're in.
It's a pretty cramped space. There's only just barely room for the suit of armor, and indeed any of you, to stand up straight. Around you, there are lockboxes, some bookshelves, normal dusty attic kind of stuff.
Okay, I feel like this suit of armor is going to do quite poorly if it can't stand up, so I cast grease.
Okay, great.
Directly underneath the suit of armor's shiny metal feet.
Fantabulous. All right. Grease covers 10-foot square. Okay. Each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. How exciting! Or fall prone. Down it goes. The suit of armor. It's still kind of reaching forward from when it lunged at Prudence, so it is already off its balance. As the grease floods underneath it, you notice that these are indeed the pointed feet that made the footprints that you saw. And it
Was that
almost
Britain?
turns a full somersault as it lands with a terrific crash on its back. It is now lying prone.
I will use my bonus action to hide as close as I can to the suit of armor without being seen.
Okay, that is fine. You do that. And you hide. Right, it is now... Okay. It is now the suit of armor's turn.
Oh no!
It is,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
It is. It's now.
Oh,
It's
no,
on its
suit
back
of
on the
armor.
floor.
Okay.
It's not going to try and get up. It's gonna from the floor. It's well within range of Prudence. It is going to make. It is going to make a vicious swing with its sword at you.
Oh, God.
Prudence, Your
Yeah.
armor class is
Yeah, you know it.
12, right?
Yeah, all 12 points, count 'em. 12 of my armor.
Oh, man, this suit of armor sucks. All right. It doesn't suck so bad. It swings its
dang.
sword at you, and remembering a playground game, perhaps you nimbly hop over
Yes.
it. But then, what's this? Back it comes, Whoom, like that. The
Oh,
sword comes
no,
back,
the
and this
backswing.
time it does catch you. It hits you. It hits you in the ankles.
How?
Unbelievably painfully, and you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
My foot and ankle.
Which is, I think, the same amount of damage
It's
that
almost
Hengist
off.
took when he dropped something on his toe in the gift shop.
It's true.
Yep.
How?
My foot cries out in sympathy at the plight of your ankle.
And in fact, Prudence, just because of the angle at which you're hit, you are also knocked onto your back. You are now lying in the grease with the animated armor.
Oh, fun.
Um,
I'm all hurt and
so that's the
greasy.
bad news, but the good news is it's your turn.
Yeah! Alright, now you've done it. Now you've done it, suit of armor. Suddenly I hate all suits of armor. Suddenly. Okay.
You were so accepting before.
Okay, before I was just suspicious, and now I'm really furious at this suit of armor for making a fool out of me and making me fall on my back, and it's very undignified, and I don't like it. I crawl in the grease, like army crawl.
Yep.
And is its visor still open?
Yep.
All right, I use my hands to like blast an eldritch blast
Oh my
right through
God.
its faceplate.
Okay, that's rad as hell.
Blinking fingers right over the
Yeah.
faceplate.
That is the raddest thing I ever saw. Now, you know what's really dumb? Is that technically in the D&D rules, if you're up close using a ranged spell, you're supposed to have disadvantage, but I think that's dumb. So,
Yeah, right.
make me your attack roll, and...
Okay.
In fact, make me an attack roll with advantage, because you're
Advantage?
placing your hands over the visor, for goodness sake.
All right, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's also extremely metal.
Yeah.
Somehow you miss.
All right, 27.
27,
Glass comes
okay.
backwards out of your hands.
You do not, you do not miss.
Yeah.
Your Eldritch Blast sort of smothering hands over its face. Bright white light shoots out from every gap in the suit of armor all the way down it as it is
Prudence, are
flooded.
you saying shh as you push your hands over its face?
Roll me your damage,
no more
please,
pain
Prudence.
for you, my friend. Roll me my damage. Oh wait, it's agonizing blast, so it's one from each hand. Even though they kind of they blend together, you know, as I
You won't hear a complaint from me.
do the thing. So agonizing blast means it is D10. Hang on, let me find my 10. And I add my charisma, which is 5, as you will well know. That's a 10 and a. Oh wait, do I roll the attack roll for each blast? No, I don't think I do. I can't remember.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, it's a 10 and a 14.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Which together is 24. Okay. The animated armor shudders. It can't scream because it doesn't have a mouth, but you get the impression that God it wants to. In some of the armor starts to melt and distort, and you remember the ballad of Return of the King, and the Witch King of Angmar's sort of
Oh, and
faceplate
it kind of like.
scrunching up. That happens to
Yeah.
the animated armor all over,
Yeah.
and yet it continues to wriggle.
Oh.
But
Oh,
hey,
God.
guess what? It's Merylwyn's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Do I keep my concentration and keep everyone stealthy, or do I help take out this armor? That is the
Merylwyn
question.
asks herself.
That is what I'm. Yeah, no, I'm asking myself. Don't worry. I'm just thinking out loud here. Okay, I am gonna have to.
Sorry, some water went down the wrong way there.
It's all
Keep
right.
going, Merylwyn.
Right, I'm gonna.
Finish it, Merylwyn.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up carefully and
Glide
try
up.
not to slip in the. Yeah, I'm gonna like slide along in the
Yeah.
grease.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna be like, okay, Prudence, tap out. I'm tapping in. And I'm gonna, because I just saw what that looked like, and I thought that looks cool. And then I'm gonna put my face over its faceplate, my hand over its faceplate, sorry, as well, and do produce flame and shoot flame into its face.
Produce flame, is it? Wow.
Yep.
Can't wait till my turn when I can fill him with grease.
Okay, that doesn't require an attack roll. Mate, roll me to attack Merylwen. So roll me a d20 and add your... Is it wisdom for druids that you add to your ranged spell attacks? I'm pretty sure.
This is not. This is a cantrip.
Yes. Nevertheless, I want you to make me a ranged spell attack. Add your wisdom. Roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a very, very palpable hit. Roll me your damage.
Okay. So it's 2d8s, I believe. Hang on. Find it. There it is. Sorry.
I cast my eyes about at the dusty wooden beams of this wooden attic full of paper, and I think this is a
It's
cool
staying
place.
inside the thing. It's a 6
Okay.
and a 1.
Okay.
Sadly.
You shoot fire in an extremely badass way directly into the open faceplate of this animated armor. Again, you get the impression, God, it wishes it could scream. If it had one wish right now, it would be that. Not even for this to stop, just to scream is all it wants. However, it can't scream. All it can do is give one final horrible rattling shudder and fall limp. Now, Merylwen and Prudence, I want you to make me dexterity saving throws, please, because as the fire floods the animated armor, it does quite naturally catch the grease that surrounds the area. So I need you to roll to wriggle out get out of there before you're caught.
It's a 5. It's a 5. It's a 5. That's
It's a 5, is it?
It's a 5.
That's a 10. Okay. Right. Well, that's not great, folks. All right. You Prudence and Merylwen.
I conjure water.
Okay.
That's super. I don't mind taking initial damage, but I conjure water to put it out.
Okay. Well, the initial damage, which you are going to take, is 10 points of fire damage each.
I have a little thing called hellish resistance, by which I was forged in the fires of hell itself. Or
Tell me
something,
about it.
And I just take half of it, half of the fire damage.
Aren't you
Okay.
fire resistant as well?
Who, me?
Prudence, yeah.
No,
Are
but
you fire
that's
resistant?
the source of my fire resistance is
Snap.
hellish resistance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sort of very casually from the other side of the room. I feel like Hengist is leaning on the safe at this point, just watching this happen. Goes, grease fire, grease fire.
Oh, I don't cast water.
Unfortunately, the water is already cast.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, this
There
is
it
the
goes.
educational portion of the D&D session where we educate the children about grease fires and why you shouldn't pour water on them.
Hengist, you champion. All right, you both, Merylwen and Prudence, you take an additional 5 points of damage.
You mean an additional 2.5 points of damage?
No, I don't.
No!
I mean, you take 5 points of damage.
Sorry, Prudence.
Because you are now you
panicked.
are now wood elf and tiefling grease fires.
No!
Hengist, is there anything? You're out of combat now. You seem to know an awful lot about fires.
Yeah. Are they still on fire?
Yeah. They're sort of patting their grease firing clothes frantically.
Hengist, we need to get like a rug or a blanket or something on them.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. Find an antique rug.
I turn into a bear.
Are there? Okay, now there's an on-fire bear, I guess.
Merylwen,
We're going to need a bigger rug.
You turn into an on-fire bear. What are
I'm
your
not
hit points as a bear?
I'm not on fire because I completely changed. All the grease is off me.
You're an on-fire bear because you turned into a bear that wasn't covered in grease, but you're still in the grease, and the grease
Which
is on
is
you
a
now.
flame.
Oh, I was out of the grease.
Your flammable fur. The grease has a massive radius. You're lucky
What
you're
a
not all on
mess.
fire. Merylwyn, what's your hit point pool as a bear?
My hit point pool as a bear. I think it's the same actually. It just resets.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's take 5 off of that.
All right,
So-
I put down the medium-sized rug that I'd picked up to smother Merylwen with.
Yeah.
Put it down and start looking around for a bear-sized rug.
all right, Corazon, make me a wisdom perception check, please.
I think, Merylwen, you've got 34 hit points, and if they're reduced to 0, you cease being a bear, and you come
Yeah.
back as an unconscious druid.
15.
Okay.
15, that'll do it. You notice it's not actually a rug. It's a kind of old, dusty tapestry. You yank it off the wall. Are you throwing it on Prudence and Merylwen?
Yeah, I'm trying to smother this fire. rather
Okay,
than
that just
douse it with
happens. There is a sort of hissing of steam. Merylwen and Prudence are no longer on fire, which is just fantabulous news.
Man,
And as you
I'm sure
all,
glad neither of our healers are here.
and
for
as
this
all of
adventure.
you sit in a pile in this grease, steaming lightly, you are congratulating yourselves on a battle well fought. Where all of a sudden you hear from behind you a
What the bloody hell are you lot doing in here? Oh, crap.
Yes.
Yeah, look,
Get him,
Erasmus
Angus.
Symes is
Get
stood
him,
over the
now.
safe. In
Now's the
fact,
time.
he edges round in front of the safe.
Get him with your hammer.
blast off. You
hammer
you distract the man. I'm gonna go cheer these two up a bit, and then we'll all hit him together.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I was a bit put out earlier, actually, by the way that you stopped talking to me mid-conversation about watches and you just went on to serve someone else. I thought that was very rude, so I came back to complain.
Make me a charisma persuasion check. Corazon.
Make it good.
Roll it real high, please.
17. It's an 11 plus 3 plus 3. 17.
That's pretty high. It's not real high. And you expect me to buy that, do you?
Well, I expected to buy a pocket watch, but apparently you don't want to sell them to me. I could go to any number of pocket watch shops in this town, but I thought I would come here, patronise a local business rather than one of the large chains. And what am I met with? Rudery! How do you answer the claim of rudery, sir?
I don't know what fancy 3 gold piece words you're using, but I know what you're here for. And well, I'll die before I let you have it. And he sort
Okay.
of, he sort of fumbles around behind him. Over on the desk, he finds a letter opener, which he brandishes at you with his shaky old hand.
All right, I kick him hard in the chest.
Okay, make me a strength athletics check, please, Corazon.
While that was going on, I'd just like to sort of rub my hands together and be like, okie dokie, and then just sort of like give both of them an encouraging pat on the back.
Yeah.
And I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on each of them.
Okay, great. How much health are you giving back to them with Cure Wounds? That would
It'll be 1d8 plus my spell mod, which is +5, so...
Okay.
So 13 for Merylwen
Great.
and... 12 for Prudence.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yay.
Okay. Well, that
I
Good.
give him a nudge with my
Thanks,
nuzzle
Angus.
as a thanks.
all right. You are both Prudence and Merylwen feeling
Nuzzle.
a lot better. Let's put it that way. I'll tell you who's not feeling a lot better. Yep. No. Well, with an armor class of... we won't get into it. Erasmus Symes crumples to the floor. Oh! Ah! He's rolling around and moaning. He's
Man.
winded. He's not getting up again. He's pretty hurt.
You
Cool.
really owned that old man.
Yeah, fully Spartan
Yes.
kicked him into a wall. It was sweet. I would like
He's
to...
not dead, but he's killable if you wish.
Yeah, no, I'd like to just tie him up, please.
Okay.
With my hempen rope.
Sure. You do that. He's now tied up.
With complicated sailor's knots
Okay.
that I know.
He's not getting out of these.
Okay. Right. Yes. We need to get into this safe, obviously, to steal the pocket watch. But
Yeah.
maybe we should talk to this guy and find out what his deal is. Because did anyone else think that old Percival Shoeshine or whatever his name was seemed a bit
Shoelacy.
weird?
Professor
That was it.
Shoelacy.
Professor
Shoelacy.
Shoelacy. Did anyone
Yeah,
else think that he seemed a bit weird and maybe shouldn't have some kind of magical pocket watch?
Weird and rich.
Yeah.
Very rich.
Yeah, I mean, the money... I sort of went a bit money blind for a second there, but now that I thought about it a bit more, it did seem a fantastic sum of money to offer.
Yes,
to
I know.
people. A sort of
That's why I'm
unrealistic
here.
sum of money.
Corazon, out of all of us, you were the one that I would least expect to be questioning where the money came from and why.
No, it's not that I'm questioning where the money comes from. It's questioning whether the money is even real. Is that what
Yeah,
I'm
but
questioning?
Here, look, blast off, Corazon, whatever your name is, come
Call
here.
me
come
Corazon de Blastoff.
Corazon, whatever, yeah.
I want to sort of start patting him on the elbows and just sort of gently turning him, just being like, come on, in that very earnest way. So his back is to the safe.
Okay.
And then when his back is to the safe, I would like to cast Spiritual Weapon and try and conjure a magic hammer and smash the safe open.
Okay, great. Now, so what's the name of that spell again?
Spiritual Weapon.
Spiritual, perfect. Of course.
I think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, Spiritual Weapon.
All right.
Wow.
That just happens. Tell me what the floating spectral weapon looks like.
It looks like my hammer in the arm of like a really strong dwarf. So it's like an animated like dunk.
All right. Roll me a D8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which will be Wisdom.
Yeah. Well, it's Wisdom plus proficiency, so it's
Oh yes,
plus 5.
of course, your proficiency.
So 6, blah, 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 that's 11 damage.
That, well, let's roll for the safe, guys. Let's be fair. That will do it. Yeah, you swing the hammer comes down on the safe. It doesn't look as if this sort of glowing spectral weapon could do much. In fact, it looks as if it's going to pass cleanly through the safe. But when it makes contact, the door of the safe just bursts wide open and the top of the safe just caves right in. You hear Erasmus make a pained sort of sound from the floor. And as the door swings open, you all see in the center of the safe, there's only one item, a small brass-colored pocket watch.
I grip Corazon's elbows and go,
What was that noise? I'm afraid.
Well, it sounds a lot like you just magically smashed open the safe, Hengist. I don't know.
I'm
If I-
offended.
If I turn around, am I going to see a magically smashed in safe?
You go, oh, look at that.
Oh, my Hengist!
I was ready to walk away. I was.
As you all
Well, it's done now.
as you
suppose
all
it is.
look at the pocket watch, you see it start to vibrate. It seems to lift off of the floor of the safe, and abruptly, the front of the pocket watch flips open. And now what I'm going to do is roll a d4. Marilyn.
Curious.
Well, that's a 2, which means... Okay. You all see the thing of this flip open, but Prudence, only you hear the voice in your head that says, such power, such old power.
Oh, hell yeah.
You realize with a sinking sensation that when you cast Detect Magic earlier, you must have inadvertently let this pocket watch know of quite how strong you were, and indeed of how strong your allyship with the magic of Cthulhu is, because it seems to have latched onto you. That is the last thought before you see your fellow companions seem to grow taller and taller around you, almost as if you wonder that they don't hit their heads on the roof, but they don't seem to be. That's what it looks like to you. To everyone else, you see suddenly where Prudence was, there is a baby tiefling.
No! Oh, I hate it!
There is a baby tiefling sat in a sat in the cape. Other clothes sort of shrink
Oh my
down
God,
as well.
I'm furious.
But a cape swaddled
cape
in a large cape,
stays-
Oh my God, Prudence is a baby now.
looking around at you with confusion. Prudence, you were a baby. At this point, I am going to go.
Oh, I hate it.
I'm going to slightly break the
Prudence
adventure.
Babies.
She's adorable.
It is indeed so adorable. Prudence is kind of like, there's a little frown, a little pout as she sort of like looks round at you all. Prudence, at this point, I'm going to explain the rules of baby. When in
Tell me rules of baby.
you are baby now.
I am baby now.
When baby,
I baby.
when baby form, your years of remembered experience mean. As in baby form, your hit points are halved. While you retain your adult consciousness, your memory of speech is
Are you
lost.
reading from the special baby compendium, like addition to Dungeons and Dragons?
I am reading from a Rules of Baby compendium that is for sale, Wizards of the Coast, so hit me up.
Okay, I love it. That's my only question. Alright,
While
fine.
you retain
Carry
your
on.
adult consciousness, your memory of speech is lost, and should you wish to communicate, you must succeed on a persuasion check. When in baby form Prudence, you can attempt to use all of your spells and abilities.
I can attempt to.
These are the
can attempt-
rules of
Okay.
baby
That
Prudence.
sounds promising.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm baby.
What? I just sounded
I
like
don't
baby
say that,
sounds.
obviously. I'm like,
I can hear baby. Prudence, can you hear me? Can you understand me?
I try and say I'm baby to
Okay.
the group.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay, persuasion. Nothing.
I'm
But your
baby.
charisma's
That's
pretty
two.
high.
That's 2 words. Yeah,
Right.
don't forget to add your. You'll be adding your charisma, of course, and you're only
Oh,
saying
yeah,
2
right,
words.
right,
Roll me, beat me a 15.
Okay, that's an 18 then with my charisma
Okay.
bonus.
Prudence looks up at you
I'm
and goes,
baby.
"I'm baby."
Yeah, well,
Yes.
obviously, Prudence.
We can
Very
see that.
clear that
Prudence,
you're a
yes.
baby.
Yeah.
I grab Erasmus by the Symes, by the lapels.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? Why is Prudence a baby?
Why'd you bring a
gonna-
baby with you?
I'm going to
bring
pick
up- she
up
was a-
baby Prudence.
Adult a second ago, and now she's a baby. What the hell is the deal with this watch?
Well, don't ask me. All I know is it's valuable.
Well,
Let me go,
I will not let you go
please.
until you turn our friend back into an adult.
yeah, fix the terrifying baby.
Yeah, all right. I tell you what. Untie me first, and then I'll change her back.
Do you think we're stupid? Oh, cripes.
Easy as you like.
That's
Right,
right
is
in
right.
Smy's face.
Okay, this guy doesn't know anything. And
No,
isn't bad.
oh, hang on. Now that I think about it, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a baby watch. It's
I'll
magic
give
baby
him another
watch.
kick.
Oh! Hang on.
He dies.
He dies. That's a 2. He dies. He's died,
Good.
Coruscant.
Alright,
Kicked an old man to death,
You
Coruscant.
kicked him hard and he died.
This is a new
Good.
low.
I don't think you should be watching this, I say to baby Prudence.
I'm like,
I
I'm like eyes like
literally tapped
saucers,
him.
like-
I gave him a nudge with my foot.
Tell it
If
to
it
the,
were- if-
tell it
Give
to
you
the
a
judge,
closer
Coruscant.
look.
If a fly had landed on him, it caved in his skull. All right, well, I guess he's dead. Look, all right,
Okay.
all right, all
I
right.
turn
Nobody
back.
panic.
Into a druid. I look around for the cat.
Ah, oh yeah.
You can't see the cat in this room. You get the, but there aren't that many rooms in the building, and now that you listen, you can hear that.
I go to the source of the tst noise
Okay.
and I cast speak with animals to the cat.
Okay. The cat looks up at you with sort of sleepy eyes and yawns.
Hello. Hi, I'm Meryl Wen. We're just wondering if you knew anything about that weird ticking pocket watch that was upstairs.
Oh, that thing, says the cat. I don't care for it. Erasmus, I refuse to call him master. Erasmus has been obsessed with it ever since he got it back from the auction house. A ghastly thing, if you ask me. All he does is look at that safe lovingly, and there's no belly scritches left for me. And the cat sort of stretches out, exposing its belly, and looks down like,
Scritch that belly.
I give it scritches.
ooh, it says, and sort of curls itself around your, around
Meryl,
your...
can this wait?
Blast
No.
off. Blast off. Take the baby. This feels weird.
All right, okay. I get Prudence up on my shoulders.
Okay,
So,
cool,
Right,
that's
right.
fine.
I'm like poking
Actually, is
your
there anything
scalp
up here
with
I
my
can-
like sharp tiefling nails.
yeah, okay, ow, yeah, ow. Is there anything up here I can fashion a papoose out of?
I cast spider climb. Can I cast spider climb?
You sure can.
Baby spider climb?
You sure can. Tell me about
Alright,
spider climb, Prudence.
I climb up onto the ceiling and like look
Oh no!
Oh, no.
terrifyingly at everyone.
Well-
Like the tale of the steam train.
So spider
Viewers.
climb just happens. Prudence, I want you to make me a dexterity sleight of hand check, please.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Is this a modifier because I'm baby?
You baby.
Oh, okay. Dexterity sleight of hand. All right. Well, let's see what we got. Oh, it's an 18. It's not too bad.
Okay, Corazon, baby Prudence springs from your shoulders
No.
directly up onto the ceiling and grips in with little claws
All right.
and starts crawling around up there.
I
I'll leave it
grab a
with you
broomstick
for one moment.
I'm trying to dislodge Prudence from the ceiling with a broomstick.
Unbelievable.
Okay, Corazon and Prudence both make me a stealth check, and Prudence -10 from whatever you roll.
Oh, Lord. Right. Okay.
Strength athletics even.
Could I grab some form of rag and pick up the pocket watch in a
Yes,
safe,
Hengist, you do.
non-cursing manner?
You pick up the pocket watch. Nothing happens. It appears almost. The lid has
Inert.
snapped shut. It appears inert, although you can feel it sort of vibrating ever so slightly.
I've
I
got a
stick
14.
Stick it in my pocket.
Okay, you got a 14, Prudence. What'd you roll?
Baby roller 1. Baby roller 1.
Baby roll a 1. Okay, here's what
Baby roll
happens.
a
Prudence spider climbs. Prudence is easily plucked down by Corazon.
Oh.
I'm afraid. So Corazon, you catch Baby Prudence. You now have Baby Prudence and might think twice about putting her
Okay.
back on your shoulders. When
Okay,
she's
well, I'm
born.
thinking either a papoose, or if there are any of those like animal cages you use for taking cats to the vet.
You look around. There's the tapestry, the burned tapestry covered in grease. There's Prudence's cape, which is now too big, and there is indeed a sort of rusty old cage, which looks like it may once have held an exotic lizard or something.
All right, let's not do the cage. That seems mean. But I would like to take the cape and make a kind of baby sling.
All right,
For
you
it,
do
out
that.
of it.
Prudence, you are now in a papoose.
Thanks. I hate it.
Well, it appears to me that we're in a bit of a pickle. One of us is quite literally in a bind. But where we had two leads before, one of them has been, shall we say, kicked to death.
Hey, I
So
think
perhaps-
if you die of that a kick, that counts as natural causes.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not here to argue the finer points. I'm just saying, if we've any hope of getting paid, we have to go see Shoelacy anyway. And he seems like a boffin. Maybe he also knows a way to revert this.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only one who knows how this watch works.
Right.
But I
Oh.
super don't trust him. I think he's up to something.
No, I understand that, but just like childhood can be difficult. And what I'm saying is, if you take this little baby Prudence and try and give her a normal childhood, many other children will suffer.
What's the
It'll-
downside?
Baby Prudence's eyes light up at the sound of this
Suffering.
child suffering of which you speak.
The downside
just-
is no Prudence. We have to save her.
Right.
Everyone-
Well, let's go to the museum then.
All right,
Okay.
let's go back to
I-
the museum.
I asked the cat quickly what its name is.
Silky.
Ah. And I asked the cat, would it like to come along with us? Is it an adventuring cat or is it a lounging cat?
I am a lounging cat. I go where the scritches are, but seeing as Silky looks over at dead Erasmus. Oh. Well, I won't be getting many scritches from him anymore, it seems. So, I'll accompany you if you wish.
Yeah, come on, jump up on my shoulders.
No,
Alright, before
pick
we-
me up, please. I'm not jumping anywhere.
Okay, I pick up the cat.
Okay.
And I'm like, we'll find you some new owners. I don't think you're really going to enjoy the adventuring lifestyle that we have, but I'll find you somewhere cozy.
Silky is a raggedy cat, but surprisingly heavy, and is draped over your shoulder with the front paws like this, and immediately falls asleep.
Before we leave, I would like to mock up a crime scene. So I'm going to untie the corpse of Erasmus. And I'm
Okay.
going to move him across to where the suit of armor is lying, and I would like to put him underneath the suit of armor, so it looks like the suit of armor fell over and crushed Erasmus, and that's how he died.
Sure.
The suit of armor kicked him to death.
Yeah, that happens and has
Yay.
happened forever now.
Hengist looks quite disappointed because he was planning to cave in the ceiling on his way out. He's like,
You can do that as well if you want.
Hey,
No.
yeah.
No, it's fine.
He-
fine,
no,
it's fine.
he's not said anything. He's just suddenly a bit like,
So,
Oh, Hengus, are you sad you didn't get to collapse the ceiling? You can if you want. Treat
No,
yourself.
it's fine. That's some fine work. I'm starting to appreciate your line
Okay.
of work.
Is there anything else like super obviously valuable as we leave? Because I'll have it.
No.
What? Okay. Weird antique shop.
It's not. No
Antique
one said it was a
shop
good
full of
antique shop.
Worthless.
You can take some stuff if you want. There's some sort of brass candlesticks on the wall that you look like might fetch kind of sort of
Yeah.
10 silver, 15 silver if you
Yeah.
sort of sold them in the right place.
Yeah, all right. I have them.
Yeah, all right, you got them. Silver
Fine.
candle, brass. Did I say brass? Brass candlesticks are yours,
Fine.
and
Good.
a silver one. One brass,
yeah.
silver, one brass, one silver candlestick
All right then.
in your possession.
Good. All right, let's go back to the museum.
601.
Stole a loaf of bread, inspiration, Merwin. And just to say, like, everyone will get inspiration when they reference Les Mis. Cool.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Cheat
So,
codes.
how are you heading back to the museum? Out the window, down by the front door.
Oh, I think we've gone out through the front door. We left it unlocked.
Okay, cool. All right, you head back to the museum. It is now dark, and the museum seems oddly eerie and empty. And yet, the front door is open and unlocked. Are you proceeding inside?
Yeah. I mean, we could shout. We could shout at him from here. It seems like it would be an awkward conversation. So.
Okay. You head inside the museum. You walk straight through, past the ticket hall. Again, the whole place is empty. Into the great hall. There doesn't appear to be anyone there. So you head into the next hall towards Shoelacy's office, as long as everyone's
Yep.
happy to do that.
Yeah. Before we go in.
Yep.
Like I say, I don't trust this shoelace fellow. So what do you say? I mean, I've still got a bunch of these pocket watches I got out of the gift shop. What if I were to let me get a look at the magic one?
Sure.
Hengus.
Yeah, it looks like this.
Okay. I'd like to cast Minor Illusion on this other pocket watch to make it resemble the magic pocket watch. Just so we can maybe see how he reacts when he gets it.
Okay. Cool. You
If he gets it.
just roll me a d20 just to see how good the fakery is.
I pinch a rustic wooden spoon from the gift shop in case Baby Prudence is teething.
Let's see if Baby Prudence is teething. Baby
There's
Prudence
his
is
teethling.
teething.
I grab it.
Baby Prudence has one fang, just poking through the gums here.
I gum and tooth the spoon with my one fang.
I remember when I was teething,
Okay. I rolled an 11.
which frankly is
Okay,
weird.
the two watches. Hang on, where's this? So tell me about this pocket watch that you're using.
Oh, it's one of the many pocket watches. They have promotional pocket watches for the museum in the pocket watch in the museum gift shop.
Okay, so you swiped it
They
from the
have-
gift shop.
Yeah, so it's printed like the name of the museum on the back, and in the
Yeah.
little window thing, it has a sort of picture of the building.
But, okay, so you've mocked it up. Cool. Okay. All right. And if there's no other business, you are proceeding through to visit Shoelacy. You round the corner into the long hall, the exhibition hall, and he is right there. He's actually sat down on a sort of little, one of those little chairs in the corner that the archivists and attendants sometimes kind of sit in, and he is wringing his hands fretfully, and he sees you come in and springs up. Oh, thank goodness! It looks like you're all back and safe. Did you find it? Oh no,
Does
wait.
it? Does
Wait.
it look like we're all back and safe?
Wait,
Shoelacy, does it?
what on earth? Wasn't there a tiefling with you?
Yes. Well, as you can see, she baby.
Wah.
She baby.
She baby.
She baby.
She
Wah.
baby.
She
Yeah,
baby.
we got the watch.
The girl
and
who's hard to
the
get.
watch.
Sorry, I'll stop the musicals.
The watch made baby.
The watch made a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Somebody-
de-aged her.
It was quite the sight to see.
Shoelacy appears absolutely confused and baffled, but he stares at baby Prudence, and then suddenly his expression starts to change. The watch made baby. The watch made baby.
Yeah.
Remarkable. Oh my
Yeah.
oh my goodness, incredible. What a find. I'm sorry about your. I'm sorry. I know this is a hard time for you. This is just potentially a career-making, very exciting discovery. So I'm sorry. We're talking about your situation now. You have a you have a baby because the watch make a baby. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so perhaps the watch could unmake a baby, maybe.
Yeah, how do we make watch make not baby?
It's quite common for magical artifacts to have some sort of reversal element to them. Might I be permitted to see the watch?
Yeah, you can see the watch. I take out my illusory watch.
If it's all right with you, I'd like to take
I
this
hold it
to
up.
my office and get it straight under the microscope.
What? You're not going to dissolve this one in purple, are you?
Well,
Only
it's a little more complicated than dissolve in purple, but yes, that is the first step of the magic.
Oh,
test.
but watch make baby is a perfectly sound scientific hypothesis.
He just remembers that watch make baby and is so happy and excited.
Ugh.
Watch make baby, watch make. Oh my goodness. Headline. Oh my gosh. What am I going to do?
Moradin, give me strength.
If we can get the peer review through, we should be able to get it in this quarter's edition of the.
We're nowhere near the
Unnatural-
coast.
Sorry, you were saying? Say again, Hengist.
Unmake baby.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. If you'll follow me to the lab, I'll examine the watch and we can see what we can do.
What do you plan to do with this watch? What's your end goal here, Mr.
I wish to
Shoelacy?
study it, write an incredible paper on it, and become the most famous and celebrated academic
I sidle up to Corazon.
in
and I'm
museum
like,
history.
I think he's just a big nerd. I don't think he's gonna. I think he literally is just excited. I don't think
Okay,
he had
well,
any
we can-
idea what it was.
All right, fine. We can give him the. All right. Yeah. All right. We'll do the thing we said earlier. Okay. All right. Let's take us through to the lab. We would like to observe as well. We've become quite invested in your little experiment, Professor Shoelacy. We'd quite like to observe the results for ourselves,
Okay.
and maybe we can find something to help us turn our friend back to her normal age.
Yes, of course. We'll uncover the secrets of the watch. We'll write down exactly how it works. We'll uncover all of the secrets, and yes, baby, unbaby, watch make baby, unbaby.
Unbaby.
That is also important. I am so with you in this moment. And Shoelacy leads you to his office. Have you given him the watch?
Yeah, I guess I'll hand over the illusory.
Up to you, Corazon. Yeah.
I'll hand over the illusory watch and see how he reacts.
Okay. He takes the he takes the watch from you. He leads you all into his study, which you've been in before. He goes over to his desk. The instruments are still all set out. He pulls down from the wall a huge sort of welding mask with a small visor in it. A
Right.
big sort of protective. It's a heavy brass thing,
Should
and he
we
puts
stand
on
back,
he puts on some
Professor?
thick. Oh yes, gosh, I meant to say yes. You absolutely must stand back. Gosh, how silly! Oh my goodness, that would be an embarrassing footnote in the journal, wouldn't it? It discovered the watch, baby, watch make baby, and he blew a lot of adventurers to Kingdom Come. No, I don't think so. That wouldn't be the thing at all. He is giddy with excitement. He takes the watch and holds it over the purple dissolvey thing, and winds the little thing and lowers it down, and it dissolves. Oh,
Oh no,
He
she's
turned-
stuck as a baby forever.
How would you feel about your friend being permanent, baby?
Baby.
And did you happen to make any really, really clear sketches of that watch before I dissolved it? Because I'm slightly worried that my
You bad man.
Oh,
We'll need
no.
more money now.
Yeah, but I mean, we did fulfill our side of the bargain, so
It's not up to us what you done with it after we
Yeah.
gave it over.
I assume you have the gold and the rubies, I believe, were mentioned.
Hang on.
y-
I can see Baby Prudence looking real mad right now. Like, we don't know what to do with the watch. We don't know how to do this.
I make
I
eyes
think
at
this guy is
Prudence,
our only thing.
but I'm still scoping him out, Prudence. He might be evil, weird eviler.
Yes, we know it was a watch. No.
Shoelacy is seems quite down at heel. He's quite sort of downhearted.
You don't mean to renege on our contract, do you, Shoelace?
Yeah.
The contract, yes. How much?
We bought you the watch as promised.
I suppose
believe-
you did.
Because we were in the time limit, it's 600 gold, and then the weight of that gold in rubies.
So
You should have said our weight in gold. You would have saved a pretty penny on this one.
Yeah.
Seriously,
High
where's the
five.
money?
Angus.
Angry cry.
I suppose you. I suppose you
wait.
did bring it back to me, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, Corazon, aren't you very good at illusory? Could you create a second one?
Elf.
Just and make sure that we don't put it in the dissolvey liquid, and maybe he can just study it and help our friend not be a baby anymore.
We're going to be so rich, Elf, if you
I
just
know we will. I'll
hold
make
your
sure that we
tongue.
still are rich.
It's not.
Shoelacy can see you all muttering.
Alright.
Is something the matter?
No, we were just
No.
talking about how we're going to carry the gold out of here. Obviously, it's going to be very
Heavy.
heavy.
Someone
So
needs
we'll
to
need some
mind baby.
I
hand cart.
see.
Yeah.
I see.
Do you know any good primary schools in the area? Only we're looking now. We know those places fill
We
up
can go.
fast.
We can go private now. Yeah.
Well, term started, so
Well,
you
I
will
mean-
have a hard time.
Yeah, and I'd rather we didn't go
I
private,
try and
frankly.
pick Corazon's pocket.
But
Look, this isn't the time. for
Erwin, make me a
parenting
sleight of
decisions.
make me a sleight of hand check, please.
no, I'm just saying, dear, that if we
7.
7. Okay, Merylwen, you place your hand in. Is that plus everything?
Yeah.
Wow. Merylwen, you place your hand in Corazon's pocket. He notices, and Shoelacy notices.
Merylwen, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. I've just had a thought. He looks back at the dissolved puddle of watch. You'll
Elf.
excuse how this sounds, but you didn't happen to have. Maybe it was a misunderstanding.
all
Did you
along.
happen to have a couple of? Perhaps you had a couple of watches on you, and by some act of sheer accident or confusion, you may have given me the wrong watch.
That does sound like a likely
I
mishap.
think I was wondering.
Yeah, no, you're right. I
because-
cast minor illusion on another watch and passed it.
Uh,
Maybe don't dissolve this one. Maybe study it.
Yeah.
Um,
Identify a mechanism
you
and give us some money.
You will forgive me, fellows, but I did not become the leading academic into unnatural artifacts at this very prestigious museum to not recognize a little magic spell when I see it right in front of my eyes.
Well, it worked the first time, in fairness.
Yeah.
I don't know what your game is, but I'm starting to suspect that you're holding out on me, which is bizarre to me because I imagine you want the gold, which is the reward
Yeah.
of this quest, and to have your friend not be a baby anymore.
Well, the thing is,
my
when we
goal.
bought you back the watch and we asked you about the gold, you were very non-forthcoming with it. And in our line of work, we meet people a lot who, let's just say they're less than trustworthy. And I don't really want to give incredible time powers to someone that I don't trust. So you can see our dilemma here, Mr. Shoelacy.
I see.
Sir.
Yes, Hengist?
No, I was Mr. Shoelacy, sir.
Oh,
So,
thank
yes,
you. Well, it's
yeah.
Professor, but I don't normally stand on...
Mr. Professor. You know,
Ceremony.
okay, yeah.
Well, you'll forgive me, fellows, but it's quite clear to me now that you have not held up your end of the bargain at all.
But yet.
Look,
It's not
we
a
just
fine.
need some sign that we can trust you.
A
With
sign
this-
like what?
Money and rubies.
Yeah, for a start, we haven't actually seen any of this money that you claim to have. I mean, that would be a good start towards establishing some trust here. I'm not asking for it now, I just want to see it.
And how do I know, based on your previous behaviour, that if I show you some of the money, you won't stab me and take everything in this room?
Well, I guess we're
Who
in an impasse
stabbed
then, aren't we?
anyone?
This is
No one
outrageous.
stabbed
He
Who's
spins.
kicked anyone to
he
death?
spins around. He opens a desk drawer, takes something out, slams it out, and presses into your hand 4 huge rubies, each the size of a D20. Let's say.
Okay.
Happy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I really don't want to give this guy the magic time watch, but seems like...
He's just a big nerd. It's fine. I think
Alright.
he's literally just going to have it here.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
Well, I don't have the watch. Hengist does.
I trust him more than that other guy.
Okay,
This cat
alright.
Probably trusts him more.
So,
Silky,
That's a
silky
cat.
nose. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Here,
if
look.
Silky snuggle
This
on
is the
head.
genuine article. Now, please unmake baby.
yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Unmake
it's
baby.
more-
Focus, focus.
Yeah. Sorry. Did you feel like it was vibrating to you slightly?
Yes.
Marvelous. Marvelous. Right. Okay. Well,
3 words, my friend. Unmake baby.
I merely hold this, and I know that we can forgo the dunk test, as we like to call it. I'd like to move on to this slightly more explosive
Scientists.
round. I'm going to try and open this thing so that I can read the face of it. I believe I advised you previously to stand back, and he
Yeah,
puts down
or
the mask.
Try not to become baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say. It's my advice.
All right. So, whereabouts are you all positioned at this point?
Away and behind something.
Okay.
I'm just going to lower my shield.
All right, makes sense. He stands over his desk and puts the watch down and looks back at you with a furtive glance.
Oh God, Meryl went.
As he
Furtive doesn't
reaches
sound
under his
good.
desk. You can't hear what happens exactly, but you hear a sort of soft click. And before you know it, around him, thick metal walls have descended. Chunk. He is sealed in what you can only describe as some kind of panic room,
Oh.
and he
shoelacy.
opens the tiny hatch at the front.
Ah.
You poor fools! You thought I'd be fooled by that gift shop. Oh my goodness! And you almost had it. You so nearly had it.
I fire a crossbow bolt through the hole.
There's thick glass through the
Oh,
covering the thing.
He's got one of
He's
those
not that
microphones.
He's got there's like a little grill, like a sort of like underneath like a little metal grill that he's speaking through.
I bloody knew it, Merylwen.
Sorry.
Ah,
No matter
at
what,
last.
he wasn't going to believe
At
any
last.
of the watches.
You brought me the watch and proof that it actually works. Oh my goodness, if you only knew what you had, you would have never have brought it to me. Don't you know that this thing stores time? With this I can live forever. It shouldn't take long to complete the ritual, and then I will have your friends' lived years inside me. He pulls a dagger out. He pulls a dagger out, and he's facing away, so you can only sort of like see this through a gap. He draws the dagger across his palm, letting out a little blood, and holding it close to him, he begins to murmur some words.
Quick, he's trying to steal baby
He's
years.
trying to steal baby ears. All right, we need to get him out of that panic room.
Smash,
Smash the museum.
The hammer, 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 hammer.
Meryl,
Hammer, hammer.
all right, what's happening?
I believe Baby Prudence is trying to say hammer, 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 hammer.
Are you
hammer.
Prudence? Make me
It's
a
her first word. No, wait, it's not her first word. It's her third word after I'm baby.
hammer, 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 hammer. Okay, that's not too tough. Make me a
Oh, yeah.
make me the
One of them's a
It's
compound word.
persuasion check.
Yeah, charisma
Yeah, I know.
persuasion.
Yeah.
All right,
Super Germanic.
it's 19 with charisma. Yeah.
19. All right.
Off.
You all. It's Baby Prudence's almost first word, apart from I'm baby. It's her third word. But boy, does she seem to love it. How does it sound, Prudence?
Hammer, 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 and then more furiously, hammer, hammer, hammer.
Yeah. Hammer, hammer, hammer,
I
hammer,
sort of
hammer.
dandle Prudence a bit to calm her down. I feel like it's
Hammer.
maybe...
Prudence, are you calmed?
No,
I
I'm more angry.
I want to
Give her a
swing my
teething
hammer
ring.
at the metal walls.
Okay,
Clong.
good idea. Make me a strength athletics check, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on a minute. Where is it? Plus.
Is the panic
That's
room? Sorry.
7.
You swing the hammer into the side of the room, and clong! It sort of bongs off. However, Shoelacy did notice, and you notice that he begins to speak the words that he was speaking a little more hurriedly.
Is-
Merylwen.
Are there
Sorry,
any...
Corazon, go on.
I was going to ask: is the panic room like a discrete piece? It's like one piece. It's a walls, a floor, and a ceiling.
Yes. I mean,
Alright.
there's. It came down from the ceiling into some grooves in the floor. So there are, like sort of
Okay.
small gaps
I
there.
wanna
But
run-
apart from that, it's one solid piece. Yeah.
I want to run back out into the museum, smash open the display case, and take the braces of incredible strength.
Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting. Some things are going to happen at the same time now. Corazon, make me an athletics check, and Merylwen, make me a. In fact, let me find out exactly what
What am I
I
doing?
need you to make me.
What am I doing?
Baby.
We'll find out.
Everyone is baby.
You,
Everyone is baby now.
No, we're
Um,
doing now.
Merylwen, make me a wisdom saving throw, please, and also make me a dexterity saving throw.
Aha.
Okay. So that is a 12.
Yep.
Oh. And a 15.
Okay, right. Here's what happens. Corazon, did you make me that check? What was the number?
Yes, 18.
18. All right, Corazon, you sprint hell for leather into the other room and over to the. It's a fair old distance. It's sort of like more than halfway across this large sort of museum hall, but you are indeed there and at the braces, and we'll come back to you in a moment. Merylwen, you from behind you and just to your side, you hear a loud crash and are engulfed in dust as a sarcophagus that you hadn't seen resting against one wall bursts open. The lid is turned just to dust, and you see Shoelacy turn around and verify that it's happened. This is clearly the magic that he's casting. From inside, you see two glowing eyes first, and it is only by an incredible strength of will that you are not completely terrified by them. And out springs a mummy.
Cool.
It is short. It is about 5 feet tall. It is wrapped in bandages. And in fact, Meryl, actually, Hengist, make me a wisdom perception check, please.
All right. That is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You see this happen. You look down and you you see that in fact at the foot of the sarcophagus, which has just burst open, there is a little plaque that reads "Merit, Ancient Queen, Ruler for 1,000 years, here interred." So this short mummy has burst out and holds its arms wide and begins to say an incantation. Corazon, now let's jump back to you.
Mm-hmm. I won those braces.
All right, you breaking open the
How do I get
cabinet?
Yes.
All right.
Well, I think I probably have some kind of glass cutting tool. I can just
I think you probably do. So
trace a
make
big circle.
yeah. So make
Suction
me a
cup.
sleight of hand, dex sleight of hand check, and don't biff it.
That's 15.
All right, 15. Okay, I will. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, shink like that, and you've got the braces. Right, back to the office. So just to clarify on the geography of this, you're in Shoelacy's office, which is a sort of sizable room. Corazon is outside in the huge hall getting the braces. Inside the office with you, this short mummy has just burst out. You can see the like you'd expect a mummy to look. It's kind of like she is wrapped in bandages. Some of them have fallen away, like around the eyes, revealing these like glowing yellow eyes, and like around the mouth as well. The jaw kind of hangs open. The teeth are yellowed and rotting, and the flesh, oh, it smells terrible. She is not capable of speech, but she is certainly saying something that means a lot to something, because out in the hall that Corazon was in, Corazon, make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yes. Do I add my wisdom modifier to a saving throw?
You sure do. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 17 plus
yes.
2.
Yep.
17 plus 2. Yep. Cool. All right, and also maybe the dexterity saving throw.
Damn. All right.
And actually, I'm gonna roll this for.
Oh, shiz. Okay, that's a 4 plus 4. Yeah, that's an 8. Yes, 8.
Wow, you rolled pretty good, Corazon, but you didn't roll the natural 20 that the 9-foot mummy is bursting out of the sarcophagus inside
no.
the exhibit hall.
9.
It's a big old sarcophagus.
Yes, 9 foot tall. It explodes out. It seems to say something merit, and then it catches you, Corazon, completely off guard. It swings. It
does it though? Because I have the ability evasion, which allows me to nimbly dodge out of the way of certain effects when I'm subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw. I can instead take no damage if I succeed on a saving throw, or half damage if I fail. So.
Yep, that all sounds perfectly reasonable, if not for the critical 20 that I am looking at. I'm afraid. All right, so this rotting fist. This rotting fist.
Really? Does that completely? Okay, no.
It's a critical 20, Corazon. You are hit with this. The mummy's rotting
wait.
fist.
I'm on it. I'm on him. I'm in a sling.
You are.
I'm on a sling.
The
sling.
rotting fist swings into you and hits you for 10 bludgeoning damage.
All right, well, I can still use uncanny dodge, right? I mean, I've got so many dodging abilities. You think that something would be useful here, right?
You can use uncanny dodge, sure. So let's make that 5 points of bludgeoning damage, but I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw as well, Corazon.
Huh.
That's a 15 plus 1.
Okay, cool. You are knocked sideways across the floor. Let's say that you had finished cutting the braces out and that they are there ready to be pinched. However, you have been pushed away from them.
Okay.
So, Hengist and Merylwen, with the small mummy that has just summoned the larger mummy in the room with the panic room, Prudence and Corazon, baby Prudence and Corazon, you are in the room with the 9-foot mummy. And everyone roll me initiative, please.
Here it is. 15. Yeah.
16.
Okay. Nice.
10.
Ooh. Jinx. Who among you would like to go first?
I don't mind. Go for it, Andy.
Sure, yep.
Oh man, this mummy is rolling like an absolute champ. Sorry, I'm on your guys' side, but wow, this mummy, man. Okay, that mummy sucks.
Wait, which is the good one? The 9-foot one, the one that's rolling well. The 9-foot, the 9-footer.
The giant one.
I suppose.
Oh,
I
that's
suppose
the
you'll
worst
find
one.
out, won't you?
I suppose I will.
It is in fact the smaller mummy who's rolled incredibly well. She ducks down into a crouch like this, and she is going to launch herself through the air at you, Merylwen. She is going to attack you.
Hang on.
Yes.
Has she not spotted the sacred cat on my shoulder?
Let's find out.
I mean, in fairness, it's a terrible cat.
Let's find
All
out.
cats are sacred.
I wish I could make my camera roll this in the open.
What
But
is it?
imagine I just... Here we go. It's a 2.
Huh.
Unfortunately, the mummy has not noticed the cat, or you can be assured, Merylwen, she would never be pursuing the course of action that she is. But unfortunately, things are what they are, and she's springing at you. And what's your armor class, Merylwen? It's 15.
15.
No, this mummy must be a little rusty. Springs right past you and stacks it into an opposite wall and spins
Ha.
around and goes, ah! And now it is Prudence' turn.
Oh, okay. Well, this is fun. So I'm. Where am I?
You're
relation to
in the
9
big
foot-
hall. You're in the Corazon's papoose.
Okay. What can we do with this? Well, I guess like a baby Eldritch Blast, right? I can
Aw.
still cast all my
adorable.
spells.
Baby's first Eldritch
A little
Blast.
baby twin.
Cutest little Eldritch Blast you ever saw.
Eldritch Blast from the little hands, from the little baby hands.
Okay.
You can barely see me. You just sort of see the little hands in the papoose. Like,
Kind of imagine that the size of the beams is still the same. So you're like,
The size of the beams is absolutely the same. Prudence, you need to make me an attack roll.
2 attack rolls for the 2
You need
beams.
to make me 2 attack rolls, and
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to subtract 10 from whatever you roll.
10. Right. Okay. Fine.
ooh, ah.
Okay, so that's. Oh, that's not good. So that's 4. Okay, so that's -4 on one of them, which is bad.
Yeah.
And and the same again. Huh? Would you look at that? -4 on both blasts.
Okay.
Wait, yeah.
Baby Prudence, the Eldritch Blast that you conjure are absolutely of the power and scale and devastating, damaging power that adult
Go
Prudence would be
on.
able
You
to
say-
wield.
Eldritch Blast!
Your
Oh, I'm scary.
your
Very scary Eldritch Blast!
your brow
Oh my God,
furrows
I hate-
and your
I hate
lower
this.
lip wobbles, and you say, "Eldritch Blast," and then
No.
and you hold out your little podgy little tiefling baby hands,
Spare me.
and the biggest Eldritch Blast you ever saw blast out of them. Prudence, the recoil is immense, and it fires you out of the papoose and up into the sort of, you are propelled. Imagine if a baby got hold of a policeman. Sorry, not a policeman. Got hold of a fire hose.
Fire-
In fact, imagine a baby got hold of 2 fire hoses. Imagine how that would look. So that is happening. It doesn't hit the mummy, but Prudence, you're up there, and I'm going to say that you are going to stay up there, young lady, until your next turn.
No.
Merylwen, it's your turn. What hap?
Right.
Oh my god.
I want to have is the panic room? Are there any like grills? Is there any like air that can get in?
There is the small sort of mesh that Shoelacy was using to speak through.
Okay, I put my hand up to it, and I cast poison spray.
Okay, tell me about poison spray.
So you extend your hand toward a creature you see within range, and project a puff of noxious gas from your palm. The creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 damage.
Okay, and you're...
I'm level 5, so it's actually 2d12s.
Okay, wow. All right, so, and your spell save
level
DC
7,
is
I'm above level
15.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning
Okay.
a panic room into a Dutch oven.
Angus, I think you already have inspiration, but just know that
Yeah.
you would have it again. All right, Shoelacy. Okay, Shoelacy rolled a 19.
No, he succeedeth.
All right,
Which is still gets half damage,
Shoelacy, you hold up your hand to the thing. Poison gas starts to seep into the room. Shoelacy notices and quickly pulls a little switch on his side that puts a little sort of metal grill down behind that one. You can no longer communicate through this grill while that's down, but also he is
communicate in a way.
he is not poisoned. Show me the face that you're making through the grill.
Oh, it's not my face.
Oh!
Oh, right, with the hand up again. Right, okay. with you.
I moon the curator.
I said cast Moonbeam, not not Moon and Beam.
Shoelacy takes 3 points of manners damage.
Yeah!
Because he is appalled. All right. Okay, and now it's Hengist. You're up.
Okay, I want to turn to the 5-foot mummy in front of me,
Yeah.
and
Who goes,
I would like.
Go on.
I want to cast Sacred Flame.
Oh, delightful.
So-
All right.
This mummy basically needs to succeed on a Dex saving throw,
Okay.
or take 1d8 radiant damage.
All right.
I don't-
And your spell save DC is 13,
Oh
right?
gosh, that's such a good question. Yes, I believe it
It
is.
is, yeah.
Yes, it is.
You don't need to roll attack for this, do you? No. So
No, it just it's all
rolling
on
for the little mummy.
whether or not you can beat a 13.
Okay. And it was what was? Did you say it was Dex?
Yes.
That is a 15 without modifiers. You fire this blast of flame at this small mummy, but again, crouching low, she sort of springs up, and now she's on the ceiling. Why not? Corazon, it's your turn.
I want those braces.
All right, you moving for the braces?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that you were stood by the braces, and then the mummy punched you, the 9-foot mummy. So I'm going to say that the mummy is between you and the braces. So I'm going to ask you to make a dexterity acrobatics check to get them and beat a 15, please.
Can I cast grease between his legs and do a knee slide between nutmeg him?
Yes, you absolutely can, but that will count as your action. I don't think you could
okay.
grab the braces as well this turn.
All right, fine. That is... Sorry, it was a what check, sorry?
15, beat 15 dexterity.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 13, but I have 4 modifier, so 17.
All right, the mummy sort of clumsily reaches down for you with its enormous fist, and you actually run up the arm
Sick.
and parkour over its shoulder and land in front of the braces. You're putting them on?
Yeah. Hands in them.
Yeah, you punch into them Iron Man style.
Yeah.
Enormous power surges through you. Your arms pop-eye out to enormous bicep proportions.
Oh my god, he's turned into a gorilla.
Yes.
And your pecs. You know that bit in the Gaston song where he flexes?
Yes.
It's like that. And you know the
Sweet.
bit in the Gaston song where he shows off his chest hair? It's like that much chest hair as your shirt rips apart.
Yeah.
This is so much
every last
cooler
inch
than
of
when
me.
he tried to be a werewolf.
Yeah.
I am going to call that your action, though, but that's the situation. You are wielding the braces of immense
okay,
power.
well, I mean, I have a bonus action that I can use to dash, disengage, or hide.
Okay. Would you like to
Can
do one of
I-
those things?
Can I dash into the mummy? I mean, this is probably some extremely complicated rules.
It is
questioning.
actually
You know
not
what,
that-
Luke? You know what, Luke? It's fine. I will stop my turn and not be greedy.
All right, but you can hide, though, if you'd like. You
Hide.
can't dash
Hide
into the
to get
mummy,
the
but if you'd like to
advantage.
hide, that's fine.
Okay.
Advantage.
If it doesn't see me, yeah, I'll hide.
Cool. All right. You hide behind a lamp that is kind of triangle shaped with two very large,
Like,
The world's biggest amphora.
a huge urn with like
heap of twitching muscle.
exactly. And you hide behind it. In fact, painted on the urn is an enormously strong man, and yet that's gonna fool the mummy.
Oh, that's very funny.
And it is now that mummy's turn. Okay. That mummy is going to. Let's see. How high up is baby Prudence?
Don't you try it, mummy.
Um,
You wouldn't crush a baby, would you, mummy?
baby Prudence is up pretty high. I think the sensible move for the mummy is to move towards its summoner and master in life in the other room. Hengist and Merylwen, you see a mummy crouch down at the door to Shoelace's office, and then just bulldoze through the frame like that. And Hengist, make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Ooh. Proficient in that one. That is 24 in total.
Brilliant. You're so brave. It fixes you with its horrible sort of yellowy eyes, but you are absolutely not outfaced, and you raise your shield in a cool and heroic way as it swings that rotting fist into you. That rotting fist bounces on your shield, and in fact, you feel it doesn't glance off. The mummy's rotten hand bones, you feel them go in, like up, and the mummy's it hit really hard, and your shield is really solid, and the arm kind of telescopes up a little bit, and the mummy roars in a thousands-year-old agony.
I look around. I'm like, dwarves, they are really good.
Merowyn's like, nice.
It is the little mummy's turn, however, and seeing what you just did to her servant and bodyguard, she is coming for you as well, Hengist. Make me another wisdom saving throw.
All right. That is an 18.
18, okay. Man, you're still so brave. And this little one jumps at your shield, grabs hold, is now on your shield, and the arms are sort of reaching past, going like that, like little sort of rotting claws kind of going for your face, but they barely just scrape your beard. That attack has missed as well. Everyone's missing, and it is Prudence. Baby Prudence, you're in the sky.
Well,
Your Eldritch Blast.
Prudence in the sky with Eldritch Blast.
What do you want to do?
Prudence.
so am I like pinned? I'm not pinned anymore, right? I'm just, what am I doing? Where am I?
You are currently you are flying
Gotta
around at the
follow
speed of
the
sound. You've got places to go. You've got to follow your rainbow.
Okay.
Can't stick around. Have to keep flying around. You realise that because you still have your regular Prudence consciousness, you know
Yes.
that these Eldritch blasts, these agonising blasts,
Yes.
are about to sort of sputter out for the turn.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to do?
Okay. Great question. Okay. I'm so.
You got this, Prudence.
Panicking.
Baby doesn't know what baby wants.
Baby tired.
Baby hungry,
Baby
baby
cranky.
tired, baby overtired.
Baby
Yeah.
Baby
tired.
cranky.
Yeah.
Baby not tired. Okay, well, I guess. I mean, what I want to do is cast Eldritch Blast again, but we've all seen how that goes. So
Feel free.
Keep it up in the air like Jetpack Joyride.
Yeah, I was thinking like Iron Man style, just like
Yeah.
ride around on a tear of Eldritch
Wah,
Blast.
wah, 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 wah.
Is that what you would? Very good, Hengist. Very good. If only inspiration stacked. Prudence, is that what you'd like to do?
With the last life of the former Eldritch Blast, I sort of direct myself in the way everyone else has gone, so towards the office.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Oh,
So I'm
yep.
just
I'll let you can do that.
sort of like heading in that general direction.
You are okay. The blast sputters out. You
Yeah.
are now flying very
Through the air.
fast towards this big hole in the wall
hole in the
that the mummy
where-
made when it smushed through.
Sure. Okay. Well,
Guessing-
what's that, Merowyn?
I'm guessing the mummy's got its back to that hole as well, because
It
it's
does, yeah, because it's
tried-
facing
yeah.
Hengist.
Okay.
Okay, well, I feel like an Eldritch Blast in the opposite direction would not only arrest my momentum, but also maybe like chip off a few health points.
All right.
I mean, sorry, cause some amount of damage on the back of this mummy's
Roll me
head.
your what did we do last
Oh wait,
time?
no! I've got something. I don't arrest my momentum. I
Okay.
fly headlong into the back of the mummy
Yep.
and try and scrabble for like a bandage or something, like trying to grab hold of a little bitty bandage as I arrest my momentum.
God, they're a
flying into
nightmare
this
at that
mummy.
age. Just grabbing
Yeah,
your
just-
hair
yeah.
and your earrings.
If I know one thing about little babies is that boy are they good at just grabbing things, especially
yeah.
if they're the kind of thing near your face that, like glasses or a beard that you really wish they wouldn't be grabbing, and I reckon that includes bandages.
Yeah.
So Prudence, just roll me a d20.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Oh, it's a 5. It's
Okay.
A 5.
Awesome. All right. Here's what happens. Baby Prudence fires. It's just a little red blur to you guys, Merylwen and Hengist. Just like that, kind of in through the room, and you hear Prudence. Are you making a noise with your mouth as this happens?
Just like a constant scream, but you can hear the Doppler shift on it.
Sure, you can hear. Baby Prudence, you aim to grab onto the mummy's broad back. However, because you rolled your 5, that doesn't happen. But roll me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, okay.
And roll it me with advantage.
Okay, all right, sleight of hand.
Because babies grab.
Yeah, they
Babies
sure
grab.
do. That's a 15.
That's a 15. All right, you
Yeah.
actually... Your trajectory's a little off, and you fire straight past the very tall mummy.
Okay.
However,
okay.
as you fly past it, your little baby hand like that, and you get hold, and you're familiar with a maypole.
Yeah!
All right, you hold onto you hold the bandage, and in an ever widening circle, you like that.
That thing you play on the lawn with, like, you hit the ball and then it goes around the thing.
Swing
and
ball.
then you hit-
Swing ball. You're
Yeah,
familiar
you
with a
hit too
maypole. You're
hard and it
familiar,
just goes-
viewers,
yeah,
with
got it.
with swing ball. That's
maypole.
right.
Yeah.
With a look that you can only attribute to immense surprise, the mummy sees that it is suddenly completely unravelled, and a tottering 9-foot skeleton now stands amid a whole bunch of bandages. And Prudence, you slide like whee, cut across the polished floor and come to rest against the far wall, the wall that is the wall that is with the big hole in it.
Good.
Clapping delightedly.
The big mummy's armor class has plummeted.
Nice.
Sweet.
Great work, Prudence.
That's
I'm baby.
amazing, frankly.
Merylwen, how will we be following that?
If you dare.
First, I do a
Help them
small.
Nice. Even the small mummy that's currently on the ceiling looks at what's happened and goes in sort of approval.
I'm really mad at this guy that I was like, okay, I trusted him for like 5 minutes and then that was it. I'm gonna try. He's locked in a little box.
Yep.
That's about a 5-foot radius, right?
Yep.
I'd like to cast Moonbeam. I check first.
Have you checked the ceiling for
I
acid,
check the
Meryl?
ceiling for any acid
Yep.
and things like that. Okay, I check that there's nothing there because I think that if I take him out, then the other people. I'm just like, dude, you've got a chance for me to not do this.
Merylwen, I have always loved your confidence and optimism. So tell me about Moonbeam.
That doesn't seem good.
You do not want your DM telling you that.
You know what I've always enjoyed about you?
Silvery beam,
A
constitution.
pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder,
Okay.
centered on a point within range until the
Alright.
spell ends.
And your spell save DC is 15, right?
Yeah, and if it fails, it only takes 1d10. Or no, I roll 2d10s and it's half. Otherwise, it's 2d10s.
Okay. Moonbeam gets cast.
Yes!
Moonbeam is cast. You actually, because floor to ceiling, this sort of panic room is completely sealed in. The only light you see is the small kind of glass thing, which in fact glares out with the most brilliant radiant light you have ever seen. Everyone in the room is forced to kind of shield their eyes as best they can. Then, blotting the light, is Shoelacy's face, like that, pressed up against the glass. And you can't hear anything because he lowered the thing, but he's screaming and he's dying. And I'm going to say that, I'm going to give you the choice, Merylwen. He will die for sure if you keep up Moonbeam, or you can leave him on the verge of death if you want to.
Merylwen's
like
Great
to
Microwave
spell.
calling it now. Merylwyn's microwave.
Merylwyn's
Well, the thing is, I want him to turn baby Prudence back into adult Prudence, so I'm going to move it, and I would like to move it onto the other mummy if I am able to in this round. Otherwise...
I'll make you do that in the next action. However, for
Okay.
now, the moonbeam has shifted off of...
Off of him. Okay, I've shifted it off of him. I just want to hurt him. I don't want to kill him.
I'm going to roll initiative for Shoelacy and just pop him in the order. Cool. Right. Boy, is he hurt. It is your turn, Hengist. Shoelacy Shoelacy is no longer visible. He has slid down.
Okay. I would like to just reach into my tunic, and on a big old chain, I want to pull out a small anvil.
Okay.
Which is my holy symbol. And I would like to cast Turn Undead.
Turn
No, so-
undead!
Mummies, could you just give us a minute, please? The baby's very tired.
So basically...
Tell me about turn
La,
undead.
la, la, la. I present my holy symbol and speak a prayer. Each undead I can see or that can hear me within 30 feet must succeed on a DC 13 wisdom saving throw,
Ooh,
or
not wise.
it spends an entire minute just trying to get away from me.
I love it. Okay, I'll roll that for both mummies now. That's a 5. And that's a 12. So... that
Both
is
fails.
Both 2 fails.
Yeah.
I want to start trying
Tell
to
me how it
usher them.
looks.
Basically, I'm like,
Could you please just not? You just give us a moment.
and then as they start to do it, I'm like, come on. Like when you're trying to herd cats. I'm trying to just usher them out the room.
The mummy on the ceiling goes away from the holy symbol and scampers down the wall and out into the larger chamber. The big skeleton falls and trips over its own bandages, and it's sort of like back shuffles kind of out.
Come on, one of them's a baby. We can fight outside if you really want. Just give him some space. Come on.
Both skeletons, mummies, even have left the area and have moved into the room with big strong Corazon. And now it's Corazon's turn.
Oh my god, I've let them into the kill room.
I'd really like to punch these mummies' heads off.
Okay.
Corazon smash!
Corazon, will you be smashing
Two
both?
fists, one for each of you.
Okay, great. Roll me a d20, and I just want to let you know that whatever you roll, it's going to work.
Well, it's a 19.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, knock his block off.
Corazon, you step out from behind the the vase. You kiss your muscles, and what happens next?
So, yeah, like Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible, I reload my arms.
Yeah.
And then I swing around with a huge haymaker right hook into the head of the first mummy.
Okay.
Knocking the head off. The head spirals off into the... There's a very large open room.
Yeah.
It sort of goes off into the distance. You sort of lose sight of it, but you can hear the thud as it lands.
Yeah.
And the next one, I swing around and do a sort of lariat. And that one, it catches it high up on the chest.
Which one is this?
This is the larger mummy.
Sure.
This is the big skeleton.
It's the big skeleton. Sorry, yes, the big
Okay.
skeleton. Catch it high up on the chest. My intention was to sort of flip the mummy over onto its back, but my arm just like crashes directly through its rib cage, knocks the rib cage flying off 20 or 30 feet down the room, and then the head just sort of lands on the pelvis, and then the whole edifice sort of totters and then falls over.
Okay. Incredible.
I
There's-
nod approvingly at Blastoff.
There's nothing left of the mummies but a sort of cloud of dust. Corazon, you have these super strong braces just to sort of fill you in for 2 more turns of combat. Should combat even proceed, because next it is Shoelacy's turn, and
Oh yeah, I'd use my bonus action to dash into the room where Shoelacy is.
Cool. All right. All right, you dash into the room where Shoelacy is. Shoelacy puts a hand to the glass and sort of staggering himself up. He's
Slowly rotating.
he's slowly rotating. You see that
In his own juices.
you see that his face is covered in very painful looking sores and boils and burns, and his nice clothes are just sort of hanging off him. A hand goes like that bit in Titanic. Except it's not like that bit in Titanic, because when they do it in Titanic, no flesh comes away.
Oh!
But unfortunately, that's what happens to Shoelacy.
Good God.
And he brings his face up to the window and goes,
All right, okay. Okay. I feel like this isn't... Yeah, all right. I use my strength to tear apart the panic room.
okay, that happens.
Okay, like Sir Stephen Rogers in the story of Age of Ultron. Age of Ye Ultron.
All right, it is
To a
torn
log.
apart.
Aeon of Ultron.
A faint smell of poison gas leaves the room, and an overwhelming smell of burned man.
God.
Shoelacy is on the floor. The pocket watch is in his palm. What happens now? You're out of combat, by the way.
I vomit.
Okay. Angus,
Okay.
Angus, you vomit.
Merylwen, I think we need to get him to turn Prudence back, right?
Yeah, I think we do, don't we? Shoelace.
So I pick
That's the
Shoelace
noise
up with
he's
one
making.
hand and
Yeah.
sort of raise him over my head. And I'm like, maybe you'd like to use this this pocket watch to turn our friend back from baby, and then maybe we can see about doing something about these horrible wounds. I mean, they look like you're in a pretty bad way there, friend. Wouldn't want to leave those for too long.
Is the only noise that Shoelacy can make at first, but then summoning what very little remains of his throat, he is able to. He says to you, he holds out the pocket watch with one trembling, bony hand,
This is probably the wrong time, but does anyone want to go for barbecue later? I don't know why.
and points with the other hand at a small button on top of the watch. But please spare me.
Oh, this is horrible.
Button.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to whip out the holy symbol again, and I'm going to use preserve life to evoke healing energy that restores 15 hit points to Shoelacy. 'Cause
Okay.
this is horrible. I'm like, oh God, just have this.
Okay.
I'm like mashing the anvil into his face.
That's good, because I was going to give him a little kick.
There's a
Double kicking.
there's a Shoelacy is bathed in a light that is so nice. It's like golden. Whereas Moonbeam was like bright blue and harsh. This is like a lovely golden kind of look. And
I'm still casting Moonbeam. It's just over in the corner. And I'm
oh yeah,
just
that's true.
looking
It's
at
going.
One
that's
side.
that's happening in the corner. So Shoelacy looks over very nervously at it. Now he's got like scarring all over his body that will, well, it'll never heal. But he seems the smell is gone. Press the button. Open the watch. I'll save your friend. Just let me live.
Okay. I do the thing.
You press the button on the watch, and the door flips open. Now the hand. Wind it back.
Okay.
You do that. The watch seems to shudder, Corazon, in your hand, and you get the sense that a number of things are leaving it, and that those things are years. You hear a sound from behind you, and abruptly you all spin around to where Baby Prudence was. Now, not Baby Prudence.
I'm back.
Adult Prudence.
Woo!
All right, I give him a little kick now.
Okay. He's died. I'm sorry, I wanted to roll that honestly. He rolled a 5.
No.
He rolled a 5. He's got no... yeah.
I suppose you were wearing the incredible gauntlets of unbelievable strength, weren't you?
I said no more kicking.
Forgot about the gauntlets. Shoelacy is dead.
Oh,
Oh, no!
Corazon, I didn't get to
These
do
are
my
new
lines.
boots.
So, unfortunately, I guess there won't be any gold or rubies, but
I got some rubies.
Yeah,
you've
we
got
got
some
8
rubies, and you got...
Okay, yeah, I have a look around. I have a route around his office.
Okay, you find You find 100 gold sort of stashed here and there, and you also find like a sizable emerald, which you think is probably worth about 300 gold. And you all think to yourselves, Dob is never going to get a look in on these.
Everyone,
so-
quick, like eat your rupees.
As I imagine you make a fairly sharpish exit from the museum and the town of Ransom.
I'm going straight to the pub and I'm going to drink myself insensate. I'm like, goodbye.
Okay,
Probably
are you all heading to the
forever.
pub with Hengist?
Wait, could you-
If they are, I'm not coming.
Okay.
I'm trying to get
Wait.
away from these people.
Wait. Can you do me one favour? I'm sorry
What?
that you saw me. Look, I just get very annoyed when people
Hengist.
fool me. Could you please take Silky and make Silky the pub cat because he likes belly rubs? Just give him to the lady at the pub and
Merylwen.
say this is
Come on,
payment.
how wholesome is that?
It's pretty wholesome.
I pick it up and put it under my arm.
Yay.
She's not going to thank me for this.
Silky immediately digs her claws into Hengist in a painful way, but will not be letting go.
Yeah.
Okay, and so
Oh,
as you part ways and try and steal away
Goodbye
quickly
forever.
into the night, maybe you all hope that maybe you'll see Hengist again. Hengist certainly doesn't hope that he'll see you again, but maybe it won't be up to Hengist. And as you vanish into the darkness like the murderous thieves that you all are,
Hooray!
you've come away with a modest amount of gold
Murder
and
thieves.
2 new incredible braces, which Corazon you have like slowly swelled down. The specific magic of the braces you're looking forward to figuring out another time,
Yes.
and you have Prudence in not baby form,
Yeah,
I'm
and
enjoying
rubies.
my height and
Also
the
rubies.
range of my arms and legs. Yeah.
and
Great
that's
size.
and that is that.
Yay!
Hooray! Big round of applause, everyone, for a fantastic first
Yes,
DMing adventure from Luke. Luke, you did
Incredible.
amazingly.
Round of
You should be very
applause.
proud of yourself.
Thanks,
Everybody
folks.
in
Thanks,
the
Luke.
chat, please, let's get a like spike for Luke's amazing adventure. and
Yeah.
great
Bing,
DMing.
bing, bing,
And for the
bing.
off-screen towel that Luke is reaching for now, because
Oh,
my God, it is warm here.
And Luke,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I challenged you over evasion. I've just never got to use it, and I really
Oh,
want
I'm
to.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I
When
enjoyed
you
that
said
Luke
punch, I was like, this doesn't apply. It doesn't apply. You're
Well,
right.
God loves a trier.
Yeah.
I think that's a
But
phrase.
yeah, thank you so much for this great adventure. Thank you to Johnny for coaching Luke and giving him such great instruction in the art of DMing. If you haven't watched the videos
Yeah.
yet, or you've been saving them because you didn't want spoilers for this adventure, you can now go back and watch the
I'm gonna go
lessons.
watch them now.
Yeah,
And
I
there's
can watch
one
them.
more to come. We're going to do a debrief.
Ooh,
We're
and
going to
debrief as
record
well.
a little
So-
post-mortem.
A D&D brief.
Yeah.
Yeah, D&D brief. So yeah, that's on Dicebreaker, Johnny's tabletop YouTube channel at youtube.com/Dicebreaker. You can check out the 2 videos that exist now and subscribe so you don't miss the 3rd part, the debrief, which is going to be all about this Oxventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all that remains to be said now is thank you guys for watching and letting us do this regularly. We really enjoy it, and we couldn't do it if you guys didn't watch. So thank you so much to all of you. And once again, big round of applause for Luke and Johnny for putting together such a great...
Thank you, Johnny, and thank you
Oh,
everyone for
you,
being
Luke.
such amazing players. That was a wonderful time. Yeah, thank you everyone. Bye.
Happy weekend.
Bye.